Chapter 1. Realm Division, Warrior, Martial Master, Martial King, Martial Emperor, Martial Honor, Martial Saint, Martial Emperor. Each realm must go from level 1 to level 9. Superpower level, E, D, C, B, A, S, SS, SSS. On Blue Star, spiritual energy has been revived for 300 years. Every human being must practice martial arts since childhood. At the same time, at the age of 18, they have a chance to awaken their special abilities. The awakened abilities are completely random, the weakest is E level and the strongest is SSS level. Jiang Chen is a warrior who has just turned 18 and is preparing to participate in the awakening ceremony. In the morning, Jiang Chen stood up from the bed with an excited look on his face. I am finally 18 years old and can go through the awakening ceremony. If I awaken SSS level superpowers, I can change my fate and never have to suffer from hunger again. But if you awaken a low-level superpower... Jiang Chen glanced at his worn-out sneakers and couldn't help laughing. If I awaken a low-level superpower, I'll just continue living this way. I won't lose anything anyway. Jiang Chen, a time traveler, traveled here when his original body was 5 years old. He did not kill his parents, but when he came here, his original body was living in an orphanage and he didn't know his parents. When he was in the orphanage, he relied on his extraordinary knowledge to win over a little follower, a sister 2 years younger than him, Zhang Yunyi. When he was 10 years old, the city was attacked by ferocious beasts and the orphanage was completely destroyed. After that, he wandered around other cities with his sister, and with the help of some knowledge from his previous life, he could barely make ends meet. Ding! The host has been detected to be 18 years old, and the super race system has been activated. The novice gift package has been distributed. Ding! Congratulations to the host, you have obtained Saiyan Bloodline, Normal, Super Saiyan 1 Full Power, King Fist, 20 times without side effects, and how to use key. System. Jiang Chen had just put on his sneakers when his body suddenly froze in place. As a time traveler, Jiang Chen had also fantasized about having a system, but after so many years, there had been no progress, and he still thought he was the most miserable time traveler. But I never expected that the system would be launched when I was 18 years old. Or a Super Saiyan. Jiang Chen let out a sigh. He was no stranger to this anime. In his previous life, he was a die-hard fan of Dragon Ball. He even watched all the fan-made AF. Let's talk about the rewards of the system. The first one is Saiyan Blood. With this, you may be able to become Super Saiyan 2, Super Saiyan 3, or even Super Saiyan God and Super Saiyan 5. Then there is Super Saiyan 1 Full Power. Needless to say, the effect of this thing is to directly increase one's full power by 50 times. Simple and crude. The third reward, 20 times Kaioken, increases all of one's attributes by 20 times. As for the use of Qi, this is more complicated, covering various aspects such as flying, Qigong Cannon, and breath perception. There's a mark behind this bloodline, ordinary level? Could it be that I can further improve my bloodline? Jiang Chen opened the system panel and started to check. Name, Jiang Chen HP 100% level, Warrior level 1 ability, none, not awakened, bloodline, normal Super Saiyan bloodline transformation, Super Saiyan 1 full power skills, Kaioken, control of energy bloodline mission, phase 1 defeat a warrior with dual powers to raise your Saiyan bloodline to the royal level. Transformation mission, first stage kill a 9th level beast of the martial arts master to obtain the Super Saiyan 2 transformation. The host can also practice on his own to reach Super Saiyan 2. It really can improve blood circulation. Jiang Chen's heart moved slightly. The first stage is to raise the bloodline to the royal family. What about the second stage? If I continue to raise it, can I have a super bloodline? Even the bloodline of the legendary ancestor Saiyan? But it's a bit far away, and the task is also difficult. Jiang Chen looked at the task requirements. Kill the warrior with dual abilities. According to the current information, all warriors on Blue Star have a single superpower. Dual superpowers have never appeared. It's difficult, but I'm content. Even if I can only transform into a Super Saiyan, I can change a lot. Jiang Chen couldn't hide his excitement and planned to have a lavish meal today by adding some sausage to his instant noodles. Knock, knock, knock. At this time, there was a knock on the door. Someone was knocking on Jiang Chen's door. There is no doubt that the person knocking on the door was Jiang Chen's sister, Zhang Yunyi. Coming. Jiang Chen opened the door. Outside the door stood a girl, clean but a little thin, apparently malnourished. Brother, this is your 18th birthday present. Zhang Yunyi took out a gift box from behind and looked at Jiang Chen expectantly. Jiang Chen couldn't believe it. Gift? Where did you get the money to buy a gift? Zhang Yunyi waved her hand, with a proud look on her face. My living expenses. If I eat less every day, I will save enough money. Come and take a look. You will definitely like this gift. Jiang Chen opened the gift box and saw a pair of new sneakers inside. Or are they only for warriors? Jiang Chen discovered the blind spot. These sneakers are made of special materials and are specially made for warriors. A pair of shoes like this would cost at least 1,000. Zhang Yunyi, how long have you been saving for them? Jiang Chen knew very well what kind of financial strength Zhang Yunyi had. Zhang Yunyi was still a student and could not make any money, so she depended entirely on the 10 yuan a day living allowance she gave herself. For a high school student, 10 yuan a day is obviously not much. But even so, Zhang Yunyi managed to save up little by little and bought herself a new pair of sneakers. Zhang Yunyi sniffed her nose, her face full of confidence. Don't ask me how long I have been saving these shoes. These are shoes specially made for warriors. They are very durable. With them, you will never have to sew shoes again. After saying that, Zhang Yunyi glanced at Jiang Chen's current shoes, which were covered with patches of holes. The gift is very good, I like it very much. Jiang Chen touched Zhang Yunyi's hair, feeling a little distressed. But you also have to pay attention to your diet. If you continue to starve yourself like this, your body will have problems. Zhang Yunyi raised her face and said stubbornly, I learned it from you. If you only eat one meal a day, I will only eat one meal too. If we have to starve, we will starve together. If we have to eat our fill, we will eat our fill together. Okay. Jiang Chen waved his hand without further ado. Let's go. Xiaoun, I'll take you to a restaurant and have a good meal. Hearing Jiang Chen's words, Zhang Yunyi wiped his saliva in disgrace. Brother, has our family become rich? Will we no longer have to live a hard life in the future? Jiang Chen replied affirmatively, yes, there will be no more hard times in the future. Long live. Zhang Yunyi raised her hand excitedly. I want beef noodles with lots of beef and no chopped green onions. Jiang Chen groaned, I'll buy you a box of milk as well. Zhang Yunyi couldn't believe it. Brother, are you going to rob a bank? Why do you do such a big thing without taking me with you? I can help you cover for it. Jiang Chen tapped Zhang Yunyi's head gently, what nonsense are you talking about? We don't do those sneaky things. I won a prize. Yes, I won a big prize. Chapter 2. After breakfast, Jiang Chen sent Zhang Yunyi to school, and then walked towards the supernatural hall. In the Hall of Supernatural Powers, all warriors over the age of 18 can undergo a free awakening ceremony. After awakening their superpowers, warriors must demonstrate their superpowers, and then officials will rate their superpowers based on the power they demonstrate. Jiang Chen was walking on the road, thinking about his plan. If the official personnel determine that the ability level is above S, all the major martial arts schools will rush to buy it, and the signing fee alone may be over 1 million. Currently on Blue Star, the strongest amplification ability is S level, which can amplify itself 10 times. It is far inferior to my Super Saiyan. No matter what power I awaken, I will say that Super Saiyan is my power, and show a 50-fold increase. When judging the level, it will be at least SS level. In this case, the signing fee alone will be enough for me to change my life. Thinking of this, Jiang Chen silently clenched his fists. Well, let's do this. No matter what superpower you awaken, you should say that Super Saiyan is your own superpower. And there's one more thing. I heard that some curse abilities can directly curse you as long as they know what ability you have awakened. Although it may not be true, hiding the real ability should be beneficial without any harm. Soon, Jiang Chen arrived at the supernatural hall, where many people had already gathered. Some of the people were ordinary citizens who came to watch the fun, and some were the heads of various martial arts schools who were responsible for signing contracts. Another part is the official judges who determine your ability level. Finally, there are the warriors who participate in the awakening ceremony. At this moment, there was a female warrior who placed her left hand on the awakening stone and was performing the awakening ceremony. About 30 seconds later, the awakening stone burst into dazzling light. Awakening successfully. Among the crowd of onlookers, someone couldn't wait. Hey! Little girl, what type of superpower did you awaken? The female warrior thought for a while and said, it seems to be a spiritual power. Related to the mind? That means it's a mental ability. There was a commotion in the crowd. Psychic abilities are either extremely effective or extremely weak, and are of a more extreme type. The little girl is pretty lucky. After all, psychic abilities are relatively rare. The heads of several martial arts schools were also whispering to each other, showing great interest in the female warriors. At this time, the official came over and said, please follow us. We need to conduct a special ability evaluation. Okay. The female warrior followed the official personnel. Another official came out and asked, next, is there anyone else who wants to awaken superpowers? Jiang Chen took a step forward, me. Come, put your hand on the awakening stone. The official staff gave instructions. Jiang Chen operated as usual, and 30 seconds later, the awakening stone burst into light. Awakening is successful. Jiang Chen closed his eyes and felt his own abilities. Superpower, Conquer effect. After killing a warrior, you can plunder his supernatural powers. Everyone can only have one superpower, but with the superpower of Conquer, Jiang Chen can have multiple superpowers, which breaks the rules. Breaking the rules is actually a rule-based ability. Jiang Chen was shocked that he had awakened the rarest rule-based superpower. As for the strength of this power, if it were to be rated officially, it would definitely be SSS level. It may be a little weak in the early stage, but the later it gets, the more abnormal this ability becomes. Before Jiang Chen could recover, someone in the crowd shouted, hey! Big brother, what kind of superpowers have you awakened? Jiang Chen calmed down and decided to act according to the original plan, amplification ability. Amplification abilities. There was still a commotion among the crowd. Amplification abilities, which can increase one's own strength, are the most common type, and are far less rare than mental abilities. Not bad, brother. Although this amplification ability is not rare, it is stable. Upon learning that Jiang Chen had awakened the most common amplification ability, no one mocked him, but some even took the initiative to comfort him. That's right. Although psychic abilities are rare, rarity doesn't mean they are strong. If you have bad luck, then the ability is completely useless. On the other hand, amplification abilities can steadily increase your strength by 20% no matter how bad your luck is. That's pretty good. Indeed, if you are a little luckier and can double your strength, that would be a huge win. You would be invincible. When everyone was laughing happily, the female warrior from before and the official who evaluated her supernatural powers came out. Grade A. The official said to the heads of the major martial arts schools. It's a very strong spiritual ability. Yes. Everyone gasped and the air temperature around them dropped 3 degrees. A-level superpowers. Oh my god, the little girl before actually awakened an A-level superpower. This time, the crowd was in a complete commotion. You know, let alone in Russian, even if you look at the entire Yun country, there are very few people with A-level supernatural powers. In the entire Russian, there seem to be only 2 people with A-level superpowers. If you count this female warrior, there are 3. Warriors like this are definitely the favorites of all major martial arts schools. FK. A-level? Little girl, are you interested in joining my Chongqing martial arts school? Get lost, what's the point of talking about longevity and short-term success? Girl, would you like to consider joining our Fihung martial arts school? The salary is definitely generous. Shut up. Our Thunder Martial Arts School is one of the best martial arts schools in Yun country. In an instant, the martial arts gym leaders who were originally sitting upright started fighting each other, vowing to take the female warrior away. The crowd was also discussing heatedly which faction this female warrior would join. Even the officials focused their attention on the female warrior. After all, she was an A-level supernatural power owner. Until Jiang Chen pulled the official's clothes. Is it time to give me a supernatural rating? The official came back to his senses and looked at Jiang Chen. Sorry, it's rare to see an A-level ability, I'm a little excited, then, come with me and do a basic physical strength test. Jiang Chen nodded, okay. At this moment, the official staff had only one thought, to quickly give Jiang Chen a good ability rating, and then come back to see the heads of the major martial arts schools fighting for him. No way, this is just too wonderful, hurry, hurry, hurry. The official took Jiang Chen to a punch strength testing machine. First, throw a punch with all your strength, then activate your superpowers and throw another punch. I will judge your level based on the degree of your amplification. Hurry up, you also want to see them fighting for the person, right? That's the head of the martial arts school who is so high up. It's not often seen that they have no shame. Jiang Chen just smiled, then walked to the machine and punched it. Punch strength, first level warrior, 3 stars. There are 9 stars in total, 1 star is the worst and 9 stars is the highest. Jiang Chen's punch showed that he used all his strength, and among the first level warriors, he was considered relatively weak. Now, activate your amplification ability and throw another punch. The official quickly wrote down the data. Hurry up and finish the fight, then go watch the battle for the man. Chapter 3. Jiang Chen looked at the official reviewer and asked, excuse me, if I smash the machine with 1 punch, do I need to pay for it? Official reviewer. Hey? Punch the machine to pieces? Do you want to listen to what you're saying? The official reviewer couldn't help but laugh. Don't worry, if you blow up the machine, not only will you not have to pay for it, we will even give you money. Just kidding, Jiang Chen is only a first level warrior. If you want to blow up this machine, you must have the attack power of a 7th level warrior. What is the concept of a 7th level warrior? Let me put it this way, the mayor of Rushan, the strongest man, is only at the 7th level. A first level warrior can reach the 7th level with the help of his amplification ability. This amplification level is at least 50 times. An amplification ability that can reach 50 times is a world record and will definitely be cultivated by the official. Therefore, it is not an exaggeration to say that the government took the initiative to give money. I feel relieved when you say this. Jiang Chen raised his hand and clenched his fist suddenly. Boom. A golden aura burst out from his body. His originally black hair also stood up and turned golden in an instant. Super Saiyan 1, transformation successful. What a powerful momentum. The official reviewer couldn't help but take several steps back. This amplification ability is not simple. Nonsense, even a fool can see that the moment the superpower is activated, such a powerful momentum can be unleashed. It's really outrageous. This, how many times has it increased? The official reviewer looked at Jiang Chen with some anticipation in his heart. Could it be that he could really? No. The official reviewer shook his head repeatedly. Impossible, what am I imagining? The world record for increasing superpowers is only 10 times. I admit that his superpowers are not simple, but I guess they can only increase 5 or 6 times. How could someone increase it 50 times? That would be considered the realm of God, right? At this moment, Jiang Chen suddenly threw a punch, hitting the center of the test machine. Then, starting from the center, the machine body broke directly because it could not withstand the force. With a bang, the machine was smashed into pieces by Jiang Chen's punch. Originally, at the supernatural power testing site, the heads of various martial arts schools, as well as the onlookers, were all discussing the female warrior intensely, wanting to see which martial arts school she would choose. Suddenly, a deafening sound came from the test room behind everyone. What's going on? The head of the martial arts school looked back with confusion. You guys just test your abilities, why are you making such a big noise? Are you trying to tear down the house? Wait, that's not right. I remember the guy who went to test his superpowers before, he said that he awakened an amplification power. How could an amplification power cause such a big commotion? Could it be that he smashed the test machine with one punch? Everyone is smart. There is only one punching force testing machine in the strength testing room. If you want to make such a big noise, you can only blow up the machine. What the hell? How big is the degree of increase? All the martial arts gym leaders were dumbfounded. I remember that guy was a first level warrior, right? He blew up the machine with one punch. According to official standards, only a 7th level warrior can blow up that machine. In other words, the amplification is about 50 times. The martial arts gym leaders looked at each other and swallowed their saliva. 50 times increase? What does this mean? Without further ado, as long as this kid is trained to become a 3rd level warrior, he will be able to defeat a 9th level warrior. 9th rank warriors are the backbone of Blue Star. FK. Brother, would you like to consider joining our Chongqing martial arts school? In an instant, one of the people in charge could no longer sit still and rushed directly to the testing room. The person in charge of Fiheng martial arts school, what a joke. Didn't your Chongqing martial arts school want to recruit that female warrior? Go ahead and let Fiheng martial arts school not get involved. We can just make some concessions and sign the contract for this power-enhancing contract. The other martial arts school leaders also agreed, indeed, we are the same. The female warrior who was once very popular was suddenly ignored by everyone. At this moment, the people in charge just want to know whether Jiang Chen, who has awakened his amplification ability, can really strengthen himself 50 times. If it is true, it can be predicted that Jiang Chen will be the number 1 person on Blue Star. This is no exaggeration. The increase is 50 times. Who can bridge this huge gap? The heads of all the major martial arts schools rushed to the testing room, but they were stopped by official personnel. Officials, what? The ability test hasn't ended yet, what do you want to do? Do you understand the rules? Outsiders are not allowed to enter during the ability test. The person in charge of Chongqing martial arts school poked his head out and tried to take a look at the situation inside the house, but he couldn't see anything. He could only say, is the inspection really not over yet? That huge crash just now was. The official waved his hands, no comment. The person in charge of Chongqing martial arts school was a little anxious, no, it's just a strength test, how could it not be completed yet? Hurry up, we are really anxious. The official glanced at the person in charge of Chongqing martial arts school, and then looked at the persons in charge of other martial arts schools. Everyone looked anxious. At this point, the official cleared his throat and said, you should have guessed it. Okay, I'll tell you clearly. Jiang Chen did break the force measuring machine. His amplification ability is very strong. But the test is not over yet, we need to investigate further. A&D. Disband. With Jiang Chen's potential, we officials will also make a move. Do you want to compete with the officials for him? Hearing this, all the martial arts school leaders sighed. It's not that they don't dare to compete with the authorities for the talent, but the authorities are too generous and they can't compete with them at all. The Yun Kingdom officials want to train a genius, so they give them all kinds of rare treasures. Unlike their martial arts school, the conditions are much worse. Even if they only compared the economic conditions, they wanted to recruit Jiang Chen and offered him a signing fee of tens of millions at most. But the official, they give away hundreds of millions without blinking an eye. Suddenly, the person in charge of Chongqing martial arts school clapped his hands and said, instead of asking Jiang Chen to join our school, how about a simple endorsement? Jiang Chen is the first martial arts school to sign a contract after he awakened his superpowers. This should be okay, right? The official laughed, that's Jiang Chen's business. If Jiang Chen is willing to sign a contract with you, then there's no problem. If he's not willing, there's nothing I can do. So, after the test, you can talk to him yourself. FK. The person in charge of the Thunder Martial Arts School slapped his thigh. How could this be possible? Then we must ask Jiang Chen to be the spokesperson for our martial arts school. Our martial arts school will be the first to sign a contract with Jiang Chen, and Chongqing martial arts school will follow a little bit. The head of Chongqing martial arts school sneered, I'll stop you. Hey? Why are you swearing at me? The leaders of the martial arts schools started fighting again. This was the first martial arts gym that Jiang Chen signed a contract with, and there was only one vacancy, so they naturally took the lead. Chapter 4. Going back a little bit in time, when Zhang Yunyi had just entered the campus, she thought of what Jiang Chen said about winning the lottery and not having to live a hard life in the future. Zhang Yunyi hummed unconsciously, and her steps became much lighter. At this moment, a beverage bottle flew from a distance and hit Zhang Yunyi directly on the head. Oh, it hurts. Zhang Yunyi rubbed his head, then looked at the person who threw the plastic bottle, Ma Chun-chun. A female classmate of mine, she comes from a wealthy family and her father is a well-known entrepreneur in Rushan. Ma Chun-chun greeted her generously, Xiaoun, haven't you been picking up bottles recently? You're welcome, this bottle is for you. If you need a bottle in the future, just follow me and I'll throw one and you pick it up. In order to save enough money to buy shoes for Jiang Chen, living expenses alone were not enough, so Zhang Yunyi kept picking up bottles at school. Afraid that Jiang Chen would worry, Zhang Yunyi never told him about picking up the bottles. Thank you. Zhang Yunyi picked up the bottle and smiled at Ma Chun-chun. But I don't have to pick up bottles anymore. My brother said our family is rich now. After saying that, Zhang Yunyi walked to the trash can and threw the bottle into it. Ma Chun-chun was stunned, then looked at Zhang Yunyi in disbelief. Your brother said that the family is rich? Hey? Your poor brother in old clothes, him? He made money. After saying that, Ma Chun-chun gestured in the air, as if trying to illustrate the poor Jiang Chen. Jiang Yunyi, who was smiling, suddenly looked gloomy. She quickly approached Ma Chun-chun and asked, "What did you say happened to my brother?" In the test room, Jiang Chen punched the test machine to pieces, and the reviewer was stunned. The next moment, the reviewer's headset rang. It was an official senior staff member. "Take Jiang Chen to the precision testing room for a detailed test." "Yes." The reviewer replied and walked to Jiang Chen. "I just received a message that the top management wants to conduct a more detailed test on your ability. Please go through the back door first, then turn left when you go out. There will be a new evaluator. Finally, can you add a contact method?" When the reviewer said the last sentence, his eyes looked at Jiang Chen with stars in them. A 50-fold increase creates a new record for amplified supernatural powers. Such a person will surely have a bright future. Perhaps, this is the only chance in his life to obtain the contact information of such a big shot. Here is my contact information. Jiang Chen did not hide anything. After reading out a string of numbers, he went straight out the back door. At this moment, the leaders of various martial arts schools rushed to the front door. Alas! The reviewer shook his head. "I can't see the situation clearly. With Jiang Chen's potential, are your martial arts schools qualified to train him?" The evaluator walked out of the room and began to communicate with the person in charge of the martial arts school. Meanwhile, at the awakening ceremony, Shi Qing's expression looked somewhat grim. "I was originally very happy about awakening the A-level superpower, and everyone was talking about me. But I never expected that after a stronger superpower appeared, everyone ignored me. They were all discussing Jiang Chen. A bunch of snobbish guys actually ignored me." Shi Qing stomped her feet angrily. "I'm going home. I'm going to Luokang next door and join the martial arts school in Luokang. I definitely won't join the one in Rushan. I'm so pd off." After saying this, Shi Qing was about to leave the supernatural hall. In the corner of the supernatural hall, a middle-aged man was holding a mobile phone and sending messages. The message reads, "Master, there are 2 good candidates among those who have awakened their special abilities this time, one of whom is an A-level psychic. One is an amplification ability, the specific rating is unknown, but it should have reached S level. Hall Master, we have found a way to collect the A-level abilities. As for the amplification abilities, don't worry about them. We will investigate." The middle-aged man put away his phone and looked around. "Hey? Where's the female warrior? Did she run away?" Jiang Chen walked out of the back door and met the new reviewer, a tall, red-haired beauty. "Hello, you can just call me Xiaoyu." Xiaoyu looked at Jiang Chen with respect in her eyes. She knew very well how powerful Jiang Chen's abilities were, and she did not dare to be negligent in the face of such a big shot. "According to the instructions above, your abilities need to be evaluated in detail before being graded. Please follow me to the precision testing room." Jiang Chen nodded and followed him to the precision testing room. Jiang Chen took a look and saw that in addition to the fist force detector, there were also various instruments for speed, reaction, etc. Xiaoyu said to Jiang Chen, "You continue to punch, first test the strength, and punch with confidence, this machine can withstand the full force of a 9th level warrior." Jiang Chen threw a punch, and this time, the machine displayed detailed data. 7th level warrior, 8 stars. Hiss. Xiaoyu couldn't help but take a breath. A 7th level warrior with 8 stars, what does this mean? He is only 2 stars away from becoming an 8th level warrior. With such strength, it is no wonder that he could smash an ordinary detector with one punch. What a terrifying power. It is indeed a 50-fold increase. Please continue the speed test. Soon, Jiang Chen finished all the tests. It's so terrifying. It's a comprehensive enhancement without any flaws. Xiaoyu couldn't help swallowing. Jiang Chen's speed, strength, reaction and other aspects were all very average and were amplified 50 times. This is simply incredible, because even if the superpowers are enhanced, there will be some subtle differences. For example, if the strength increases 10-fold, then the speed may increase 2 or 3 times. Your amplification ability is unique and the strongest amplification ability in the world. No, it should be said that it is unique in the entire history of mankind. Xiaoyu said to Jiang Chen. Judging from the level, it is very likely to reach SSS level. Jiang Chen rubbed his chin. Is it possible to reach SSS level? Aren't you the ones who judge superpowers? Why don't you seem to have the final say? Xiaoyu replied, we reviewers can only review abilities below level S. For abilities above level S, the human leaders need to hold a meeting to discuss. Right now, the leaders of Rushan are holding an emergency meeting to discuss and decide on your ability level. Jiang Chen nodded to show that he understood. At this moment, the top leaders of Rushan were holding an emergency meeting to discuss Jiang Chen's abilities. The ability level is SSS level, how about it? A 50-fold increase is indeed terrifyingly powerful, far beyond our imagination, but I feel that SSS level is too far-fetched. Don't forget that all SSS level abilities in the past generations were abnormal. Indeed, let's not talk about the distant past. Let's talk about the most recent SSS level ability. As long as he gets a drop of blood, he can curse and kill a warrior of the same realm. This kind of terrifying ability is worthy of SSS level. But this is an unprecedented 50-fold increase. Is it SS level? That's too low. After all, a 10-fold increase is S level. No hurry. At this time, the city lord spoke. Chapter 5. The city lord had a serious expression. A 50-fold increase is indeed incredible, but don't forget, the most important point of the amplification ability is the duration. For example, the user of the 10-fold amplification ability can only amplify it for 10 minutes, which is too short. And how long can Jiang Chen's ability last? If it can last for more than 10 minutes, it can barely be called an SSS level ability. But if it lasts for less than 10 minutes, it's not that good. Other senior executives also responded, yes, the amplification time is also very important. Let Xiaoyu ask how long Jiang Chen's ability can last. In the precision testing room, Xiaoyu received the message. She looked at Jiang Chen and asked, excuse me, how long can your ability last? Hearing this, Jiang Chen was silent for a moment. How long does it last? Super Saiyan at full power, this can be used as a normal transformation with basically no consumption. Thinking of this, Jiang Chen raised a finger. Xiaoyu suddenly realized, last for 10 minutes? That's good. The previous ability that increased tenfold could only last for 10 minutes. You are the same as him. Jiang Chen shook his head. Xiaoyu's eyes widened in disbelief, is it an hour? This is too much. It's better than the tenfold superpower. Jiang Chen shook his head again. Xiaoyu was silent for a while, then said, is it 1 minute? This is indeed a bit short. 50 times the increase, lasting for 1 minute, is powerful, but it is really too short. It can only be used as a killer. Jiang Chen put away his fingers, they are all wrong. It keeps changing. Xiaoyu? What does it mean to keep changing? Xiaoyu didn't react for a moment. Jiang Chen said again, when I use this ability, I can always maintain it. Basically, there is no consumption. Xiaoyu opened her mouth wide, unable to believe what she heard. Basically no consumption? What a joke. Isn't it agreed that the more powerful the ability, the greater the consumption when using it? You have a 50-fold increase, and it has no consumption. How can people play this game? You're not kidding, are you? Jiang Chen pointed to his golden hair and said, after the retest, I have maintained my supernatural powers. How long do you think it has been now? Xiaoyu was silent. At the same time, the senior officials of Rushan also fell silent. Indeed, the more powerful the superpower, the greater the consumption when using it. For example, SSS level superpowers, although powerful, may consume all the energy in the body after using it once. But this Jiang Chen is too scary. 50 times the power is already strong enough, and he can still use it. What does this mean? This means that Jiang Chen is now a 7th level warrior. When he becomes a 9th level warrior, and then uses this transformation, who in the entire Blue Star can defeat him? The city lord was silent for a while, then said, he doesn't need to reach the 9th level. He only needs to become a 3rd level warrior, and with this transformation, after a 50-fold increase, he will be able to surpass Blue Star. This ability is too exaggerated. It's definitely an SSS level ability. I think everyone has no objection, right? The other senior executives nodded one after another, with no objection. Just kidding, Jiang Chen's ability already perfectly meets the characteristics of an SSS level ability. The so-called characteristic is that when this ability is mentioned, people will feel it is abnormal. Exaggerated. Beyond common sense. The city lord continued, then confirm it as an SSS level supernatural power. I will report to the king that our Yun country has another SSS level supernatural power owner. Then, I will award the high-level warrior badge to Jiang Chen. The high-level warrior badge is only available to warriors above level 7. The Yun kingdom specially made this badge to encourage everyone to practice. Simply put, it's a privilege. Any consumption you make in Yungo can be recorded with the badge, and then the official will pay for it for you. There are even more outrageous ones, as long as there is a reasonable reason, even if you kill someone in the street, you are not guilty if you show your badge. This is the world of warriors. As long as you can reach the 7th level, the Lord of Yun Kingdom will respect you. The other senior executives looked at each other and said, no problem. After Jiang Chen uses his supernatural powers, he will be a 7th level warrior. According to the law, he should be given a high-level warrior badge. The city lord contacted Xiaoyu, Xiaoyu, we have judged this ability to be SSS level. By the way, please ask Jiang Chen what the name of his ability is, and we will record it. In the precision testing room, Xiaoyu looked at Jiang Chen and was a little excited, it's confirmed, your ability is SSS level. Congratulations. You are the 7th warrior in Yun country with SSS level ability. In the history of Yun Kingdom, there were a total of 7 warriors who all awakened SSS level superpowers. Looking at the present time, including Jiang Chen, there are only 3 people with SSS level superpowers. Xiaoyu continued, by the way, what is the name of your ability? We in Yun country will keep it in record. Don't worry, we will keep it strictly confidential and will not leak your file. Jiang Chen smiled. Even if it was leaked, it didn't matter. His real ability was not this anyway. This ability is called the Golden Warrior. Yes, it's called the Golden Warrior. Xiaoyu hurriedly wrote it down, and at this moment, Jiang Chen's cell phone rang. Who is it? Jiang Chen looked down and found that it was Zhang Yunyi's class teacher. What happened to Zhang Yunyi? Jiang Chen's heart sank. The head teacher suddenly called, which made Jiang Chen a little uneasy. Jiang Chen hurriedly answered the phone. Homeroom teacher, hello? Are you Zhang Yunyi's brother? Come to school. Zhang Yunyi had some conflicts with others. Okay, I got it. Jiang Chen hung up the phone, didn't dare to delay for a moment, and ran away directly. Xiaoyu was concentrating on recording the information. When she looked up, she found that Jiang Chen was gone. Hey? Where's that person? I haven't given him the high-level warrior badge yet. After judging the supernatural power, the Lord of Rushan hurriedly called up Jiang Chen's personal file and browsed through it. Jiang Chen was originally from Qingcheng. He had no parents and lived in an orphanage in Qingcheng. Later, Qingcheng was attacked by ferocious beasts. Jiang Chen and his sister wandered to Rushan together. This sister is not Jiang Chen's biological sister, but a friend that Jiang Chen met in the orphanage. But this does not affect their relationship at all. When registering her identity, the sister even took Jiang Chen's last name on purpose. Seeing this, the city lord fell into deep thought. Needless to say, the two orphans have known each other since childhood and have supported each other till today. Their relationship must be deep. Besides each other, these two have no relatives. The only person they care about in this world is each other. Well, Jiang Chen's sister, this person has a very special identity. She must be well protected. The city lord couldn't help but clench his fists. If it were in the past, Zhang Yunyi's identity wouldn't have mattered at all. But now, don't think about it. If Zhang Yunyi dies, Jiang Chen will have nothing to worry about and may turn evil. Chapter 6. This is not alarmist talk. There are too many similar examples. Every year, there are several warriors who turn evil and hate the entire human race because their loved ones died at the hands of humans. Fortunately, those warriors are not strong enough, and even if they go completely crazy, they cannot affect the human race. But Jiang Chen. His ability is so terrifying that if it gets out of control, it could really destroy the human race. Come here. The city lord hurriedly signed a document. Pay attention to this little girl named Zhang Yunyi. Arrange a few powerful female warriors to enter Zhang Yunyi's campus as students and protect her silently. Remember, no accidents can happen. About 10 minutes later, the city lord's secretary walked up to the city lord and asked, City lord, you said you want to protect Zhang Yunyi. The city lord nodded affirmatively, yes, protect her. The secretary whispered, City lord, I just received news that Zhang Yunyi seemed to have a conflict with someone at school and had a fight with him. The city lord's hand trembled, and the pen he had just signed almost fell out. Quick, quick, quick. Drive with me to Zhang Yunyi's school to see what's going on. This little girl must not be hurt. Secretary, okay. Jiang Chen arrived at Zhang Yunyi's school and immediately went to the head teacher's room. At this moment, in the room, the head teacher was sitting on a chair, with Zhang Yunyi and Ma Chun standing next to him. Zhang Yunyi had some scratches on her forehead and some bruises on her arms. As for Ma Chun, she was clean without any scars. Oh, you are Jiang Chen, right? The head teacher greeted him. Wait a minute, Ma Chun's parents are on their way. Okay. Jiang Chen walked to Zhang Yunyi and asked. What's going on? How did you get hurt like this? Zhang Yunyi blinked, leaned close to Jiang Chen's ear, and whispered, Brother, we are going to get rich. That Ma Chun hit me, and I didn't fight back. This is what happened. I scared her first, then Ma Chun got angry and wanted to hit me, but I didn't fight back at all, so it can't be considered a fight. She must compensate us, and when I get the compensation, I will treat you to a big meal. He. Oh, by the way, my injuries are not serious and will heal in a few days. They look scary, but they don't hurt. Jiang Chen rubbed Zhang Yunyi's head and was about to say a few words of comfort. Ma Chun spoke up at this time, you are Jiang Chen, the brother that Zhang Yunyi has always protected. Zhang Yunyi is your sister, you care about her too, right? I tell you, I beat her up. What can you do? Let me see what you, a poor guy, can do to me. After saying that, he pinched his waist and looked a little smug. What can such a group of low-class people do to themselves? I'm afraid they can only flatter themselves. After all, the wealth gap between the two sides is too big. Oh. Jiang Chen comforted Zhang Yunyi, then turned to look at Ma Chun. Originally, Jiang Chen wanted to settle the score with Ma Chun later, but he didn't expect that she would come to the scene herself. I'll tell you what I can do. Jiang Chen raised his hand and used the basic Qigong wave. Buzz. Jiang Chen suddenly saw a ball of white energy in his hand. It instantly hit Ma Chun and broke one of her arms. What are you doing? The head teacher was shocked. He never expected that Jiang Chen would dare to take action in the office. What are you doing? Are you trying to turn the world upside down? Ma Chun's face was full of pain, and she looked at Jiang Chen in disbelief. Rebellion. Rebellion. These lower-class people are rebelling. First it was Zhang Yunyi. This low-class person actually dared to scare me. Was she worthy? So I beat her up. Now. Jiang Chen dared to attack me too? Why? They are two poor guys. My daily pocket money can cover their monthly expenses. With such a huge gap in status, they still dare to hurt me? Don't they know that if they flatter me, I will give them some pocket money as a reward? Are you worthy enough to hit me? Are you worthy enough? Ma Chun looked at Jiang Chen resentfully. You are done. I will tell my parents and ask them to kill you too. If you have the guts, kill me now. If you don't kill me, I will kill you. If you have the guts, you. Whoosh. Another Qigong cannon was fired, directly piercing through Ma Chun's body. Ma Chun felt his consciousness gradually dissipating, and he finally lay on the ground, dead. The head teacher's hands were shaking, and he looked at Jiang Chen in disbelief. What did you do? How dare you kill someone? Do you know what Ma Chun's background is? Do you know what her parents do? Jiang Chen withdrew his hand and glanced at the head teacher. I'll say sorry to the teacher first. But you also heard that she asked me to kill her, so I naturally have to send her off. Zhang Yunyi also stood there in a daze. She looked at the dead Ma Chun, and all kinds of thoughts came to her mind. What should I do? What should I do? My brother has killed someone, should he go to jail? No, no. What else can I do? It seems that I can only get rid of the only witness and then escape with my brother. Thinking of this, Zhang Yunyi looked at the head teacher. Head teacher? Jiang Chen understood Zhang Yunyi's meaning in an instant and stopped Zhang Yunyi. It's okay. If the authorities hold us accountable, we can just leave Yun country and join the neighboring fire country. Whether it is the cloud country or the fire country, there is actually no difference to Jiang Chen. What really matters is the people around him. I just want to tell you, Zhang Yunyi, what I said is true. We are not short of money anymore, so you don't have to put yourself in a difficult position anymore. If someone bullies you, fight back. If you can't beat them, I'll do it. Everything is different now. I won't let you suffer anymore. Zhang Yunyi nodded. Okay, I understand. Class teacher, I am Ma Chun's father, Ma Dainyu. I'm sorry I'm late. At this time, Ma Chun's father arrived. As soon as he entered the door, he saw Ma Chun, who was already dead. For a moment, Ma Dainyu was stunned. What was going on? Was he hallucinating, or was he opening the door in the wrong way? Unbelievable, Ma Dainyu was totally unable to comprehend the situation before him. The head teacher opened his mouth and wanted to say something, but didn't know where to start. At this time, buzz buzz buzz. The official vehicles of Yun State sounded on the campus. The authorities came so quickly. Jiang Chen was a little surprised. Ma Dainyu is indeed a person with a good background. He came to the school to handle things and brought an official vehicle with him. Because both parties arrived at such a close time, Jiang Chen subconsciously thought that this official vehicle was brought by Ma Dainyu. Be prepared, prepare to fight your way out of Yun country. Jiang Chen clenched his fists. I killed Ma Dainyu's daughter. When he realizes what's going on, he will definitely command his men to arrest me. Then, I will have no choice but to take action. Just as Jiang Chen was about to exert his strength, a loud voice came from outside the house. Jiang Chen. Jiang Chen, are you there? I am the Lord of Rushan. I am here to give you the Advanced Warrior Badge. Chapter 7. Lord of Ru City? Are you here to give me a high-level warrior badge? Jiang Chen's heart moved slightly and he turned to look outside the house. The city lord quickly approached Jiang Chen and took out the badge. Jiang Chen, you just detected your superpowers, why did you run away? We haven't had time to give you the badge yet. Jiang Chen accepted the badge and said, I heard that my sister was bullied, so I rushed over immediately. Hearing Jiang Chen's words, the city lord made an angry expression. What? Your sister was bullied? Who is it? How dare you? You are a 7th level warrior, and your sister is considered a relative of a high-level warrior. Who dares to touch the emperor's head? Tell me, I'll help you vent your anger. Jiang Chen nodded, just lying there. The city lord turned his head and saw Ma Chun with a peaceful look on her face. At the same time, the head teacher was also explaining the whole story to Ma Dainyu. The head teacher said, Alas, Ma Chun's parents, your family education is really problematic. You actually let Ma Chun get into such a big disaster. Zhang Yunyi is the relative of a high-level warrior. Go and ask the warrior master to not take his anger out on you. Originally, the head teacher was still worried about Jiang Chen and the others, thinking that they had committed a terrible disaster and their lives were over. But I didn't expect that Jiang Chen actually had a high-level warrior medal. Now it's Ma Dainyu's turn. My daughter, she died. After hearing the detailed account from the head teacher, Ma Dainyu realized the current situation. He admitted that his doting might have caused his daughter to have some personality problems. But, I only have one daughter. If I don't spoil her, who will? Moreover, in order to prevent his daughter from offending the wrong people, he also told her many times that you should judge people by their money. People with a lot of money are powerful, don't offend them. As for the poor people with little money, it doesn't matter. They are just people at the bottom of society anyway, and they can handle it themselves no matter how much trouble they cause. Impossible. Based on the premise of judging people by their money, my daughter will at most offend some poor people. How could those poor people have relatives of high-level warriors? What a joke. Ma Dainyu couldn't understand how his daughter could possibly provoke a 7th level warrior. At this time, the city lord walked up to Ma Dainyu and said, Ma Dainyu, the boss of Ma's enterprise, contributes a lot of tax revenue to Rushan every year. You have made contributions, but how dare your daughter bully the relatives of a 7th level warrior? With one kick, the city lord knocked Ma Dainyu over. Who gave you the courage? Hey. Cough cough. Ma Dainyu covered his stomach and bowed his head to apologize. I'm sorry, Lord Mayor. I'm sorry. It's my fault for not bringing me up properly. I apologize. The city lord snorted, what's the point of apologizing to me? Go apologize to those two. What a blind fellow. Ma Dainyu looked at Jiang Chen and planned to walk up to Jiang Chen to apologize. Jiang Chen waved his hand to stop him. No need to apologize, now that the matter has been resolved, I should also send my sister to the hospital. Ma Dainu. Damn it, they won't let me get close. That's a bit too cautious. Never mind, I'll just keep this distance, I hope it's enough. Ma Dainu naturally would not apologize. He apologized only to get close to Jiang Chen in order to facilitate a sneak attack. After all, he only has one daughter. How could he apologize to the murderer if his only daughter died? He wanted to kill. He wanted to kill him. The 7th level warrior was indeed powerful, and he could not hurt him, but, what about his sister? I want you to also experience the feeling of losing a loved one. Ma Dainu knew very well that if he took action, no matter what, the city lord would never forgive him and he would surely die. But my only daughter is dead, and I don't want to live anymore. Die. I will kill your sister and make you live in pain for the rest of your life. Ma Dainu suddenly raised his arm, and the ring on his finger was shining. Is this a mini laser cannon? The city lord was stunned for a moment, then shouted, little. Before she could even utter the word heart, boom. A ray of light burst out from the ring and instantly pierced through Zhang Yunyi's heart. Everything happened too fast. As a 7th level warrior, the city lord couldn't even finish his words, let alone stop it. Ha ha ha, it's a success. Ma Dainu was overjoyed. It's okay. Although this laser cannon is mini, it is still a laser cannon and the firing rate is fast enough. I was overthinking it before. I thought the distance was not enough and the other party would be able to react. My heart was hit. With a buzz, Jiang Chen felt completely stunned. If the heart is hit, unless you rush to the hospital, you will die from excessive blood loss. And the school is far away from the hospital. It may be too late to send a doctor. At this moment, Jiang Chen only felt furious. Under the stimulation of this anger, the Saiyan blood also boiled. Ah! With a roar, a dazzling golden light burst out from Jiang Chen's body. Crackling. Countless electric arcs jumped around him, and the system prompt sound came to his ears. Ding! Congratulations to the host for realizing the transformation into a Super Saiyan 2 on your own. The first stage of the transformation mission is completed. Ding! The second stage of the transformation mission begins. But Jiang Chen couldn't hear any system prompts at all, he was already consumed by anger. Die! Instantly, Jiang Chen rushed to Ma Dainu and punched him through with one punch. Puff! Ma Dainu spat out a mouthful of blood, but he smiled. Angry? Haha, I also want you to experience the feeling of losing a loved one. Yes, that's it. Live in pain for the rest of your life. Remember, this is my revenge on you. Boom. Jiang Chen activated the Qigong wave and completely evaporated Ma Dainu, without even leaving a corpse. At this moment, Jiang Chen vaguely heard a sentence, it's okay, Jiang Chen, hurry up. Your sister is out of danger. Jiang Chen, who was originally extremely angry, calmed down and took the initiative to cancel the Saiyan transformation. What did you say? Jiang Chen rushed to the city lord in surprise. Is my sister okay? The city lord laughed, yes, it's okay. I just happened to bring some healing medicine with me. I've already given it to her. She's basically fine now. But to prevent any accidents, we should rush her to the hospital. At the same time, I sighed in my heart, fortunately I had foresight. I heard that Zhang Yunyi had a conflict with someone, and I was afraid that Zhang Yunyi would get into an accident, so I brought a lot of healing medicine with me. I originally thought that he was useless, but I didn't expect Ma Dainu to be so brave. He attacked him right in front of me. I dare not think about it. I dare not think about it. The city lord was still a little scared. He could feel how angry Jiang Chen was before. If the other party went completely berserk, the consequences would be disastrous. In this way, the city lord called the driver and successfully sent Zhang Yunyi to the hospital. It's no big deal. The city lord's healing medicine is so powerful. When I was lying on the hospital bed, all the wounds were reduced to a scar. I'm glad you're okay. Jiang Chen let out a sigh of relief. By the way, I think I heard a system notification sound before, but I was so angry at the time that I didn't pay attention. What was it? Jiang Chen clicked on the system to check. Chapter 8. It's actually Super Saiyan 2. Jiang Chen's mind moved slightly. Super Saiyan 1 can amplify its own power 50 times. And Super Saiyan 2 can amplify itself 100 times. I didn't expect that my previous anger helped me unlock Super Saiyan 2 transformation. Doesn't that mean I might be able to transform into Super Saiyan 4? Jiang Chen looked behind him. It seemed like there was nothing, but there was actually a tail. After possessing Saiyan blood, Jiang Chen naturally also possessed a Saiyan tail, but because it was too conspicuous, Jiang Chen used the system to hide it. In this way, no one can see the tail. With the tail, it's still Super Saiyan 2. As long as you transform into a giant ape, it will be a golden giant ape. If you keep your mind steady, you can transform into Super Saiyan 4. Jiang Chen searched online and found that there were still more than 2 months to the full moon night. It's been too long. Oh, I remember the Saiyans could create an artificial moon. Jiang Chen rubbed his chin. I don't know how to do this, but this artificial moon is, after all, a form of chi application. I just need to try a few more times, and maybe I can master it. Thinking of this, Jiang Chen was also a little excited. That was Super Saiyan 4, a being that could be even more handsome than the mirror. Although I am already handsome enough, cough. Zhang Yunyi was previously pierced through the heart. Although her injuries have recovered, she has been in a coma. At this moment, she finally woke up. After Zhang Yunyi woke up, the first thing he did was to look for Jiang Chen. After seeing Jiang Chen, he immediately asked, "Brother, are you okay?" Zhang Yunyi remembered very clearly that the opponent's attack was very fast and dangerous. If Jiang Chen was also attacked, it would be bad. Jiang Chen smiled and said, "I'm fine, don't worry, the guy who attacked you has been killed by me. I'm glad you're okay." Zhang Yunyi let out a long sigh and then paid attention to the surrounding environment. Hospital? I'm in a hospital ward. Jiang Chen nodded, and then slowly recounted what happened after Zhang Yunyi fell into a coma. As for Zhang Yunyi, she was listening quietly at the side. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Zhang Yunyi asked, "By the way, brother, how did you get that high-level warrior badge?" Jiang Chen laughed, "This is a long story. Let me tell you slowly. It is related to superpowers. My superpower is the Golden Warrior." While Jiang Chen was telling the story, Shi Qing was lying on the ground in a dark corner of Rushan, motionless, and seemed to be dead. Not far from the corpse, a middle-aged man slowly walked away. "Master, the target has been solved." It was very easy. The authorities did not even arrange guards this time. It was too easy. "Hall Master, let's go back to the base first. I'll take a look at this A-level ability." The middle-aged man moved quickly, and 10 minutes later he arrived at a grocery store. Through a secret door he entered the basement of the grocery store. In the dark room, besides the uncle, there was also a bald strong man. The middle-aged man took out a capsule and said, "Master, this is Shi Qing's ability." The hall master took the capsule and examined it carefully. "Psychic ability, hypnosis, it costs a certain amount of money, and can even hypnotize warriors of the same level. It's really amazing. When warriors of the same level fight, the outcome is often decided in a split second. With this ability, I am invincible among my peers. No wonder the official rating is A-level. Okay, you go down, I need to contact the leader next." The middle-aged man nodded and retreated silently. After making sure that no one was in the room, the hall master raised the capsule in his hand and said, "Master, are you there? A new superpower is here." As soon as he finished speaking, a black wormhole appeared in front of the hall master. The hall master was not surprised at all, and just threw the capsule into the wormhole as usual. About 3 seconds later, the wormhole slowly dissipated, and at the last moment of dissipation, a letter came out of the wormhole. "This is the leader's instruction." The hall master opened the letter. After investigation, the target is called Jiang Chen, who possesses SSS level amplification ability, a golden warrior, who can amplify himself 50 times, and has an extremely long transformation time, seemingly able to transform continuously. You are the leader of Rushan and have dual superpowers, but you are still no match for Jiang Chen. I will send helpers tonight. If you two join forces, you will definitely be able to defeat Jiang Chen. Golden warrior, this power must be seized. Finally, burn after reading. The hall master flipped his hand, took out a lighter and lit the letter. It's worthy of being an SSS level ability. It's really exaggerated. It can increase the power by 50 times and can be used continuously. It's too abnormal. Really, every time I see an SSS level ability, it shocks me. But, the leader is still more powerful. This kind of SSS level supernatural power information is a top secret of the Yun Kingdom. Even so, the leader can get it. I dare not imagine how powerful the leader is. Hehe, serving the leader is definitely the right choice. Near dusk, Shi Qing's body was finally found. This news was naturally reported to the Lord of Rushan. The Lord of Rushan looked at the information with a very gloomy expression. He was killed just after awakening his superpowers. No doubt it must have been done by Organization Z. Organization Z is a superpower spread all over the Blue Planet. All the countries on the Blue Planet joined forces to investigate the intelligence of Organization Z, but only got 2 pieces of information. First of all, as long as someone awakens supernatural powers above level A, they can easily be assassinated by them. Be careful when dealing with them. Second, once, the guards of Yingguo encountered people from Organization Z. The 2 sides fought fiercely, and one of the people from Organization Z actually showed dual superpowers. This is the first warrior with dual superpowers since the birth of superpowers. This is top secret information, and ordinary people are not qualified to know it. This Shi Qing, after awakening her superpowers, actually sneaked away. The city lord was also somewhat dissatisfied. According to the normal process, Shi Qing awakens her superpowers and then joins a martial arts school. Under the protection of the school and the authorities, she can avoid assassinations by Organization Z. But Shi Qing, she didn't even join the martial arts school, nor did she tell anyone from the official side, she just slipped away alone. So, it would be too easy for the Z organization to kill her. I just don't know whether they will take action against Jiang Chen. Thinking of this, the city lord hurriedly called Jiang Chen. Remind Jiang Chen to be careful. If he is assassinated, I will be a criminal of Yun State, and the lord will not let me go. I called, but no one answered. No way. The city lord's eyes widened. Why didn't he answer the phone? Could it be that Jiang Chen had met with an accident? Damn it, so fast? Impossible. Jiang Chen's strength is at least level 7. If Jiang Chen encounters an assassination, he will definitely resist. Once a level 7 warrior resists, the whole Rushan will be shaken, right? Never mind, I'll go to the hospital and make sure Jiang Chen is okay. Since the Z organization has taken action, I must also take action. Protect Jiang Chen well to prevent accidents. Chapter 9. In the imperial capital of Yun Kingdom, the king and the king's teacher stood together, looking at the crystal ball in front of them. The scene inside the crystal ball is a group of creatures that look like humans. They gather together, wearing animal skins, and howling around a campfire. I didn't expect that the mining rights of this ancient dark planet would eventually fall into the hands of our Yun nation. State Master, who do you think would be the best person to give this opportunity to? The national teacher thought for a moment and said, mining the ancient dark star is a great opportunity, and it must be given to warriors with great potential. Currently, the two people with the highest potential in Yun country are Sokyun Li and Jiang Chen. The king nodded, both of them are SSS level supernatural powers. If they can grow up, it will be of great benefit to our Yun kingdom. Especially Sokyun Li, who has made great contributions to our Yun kingdom many times. He deserves a reward. The state teacher nodded, then the state master means that this opportunity should be given to Sokyun Li. The king shook his head, no hurry, let's see what Jiang Chen's potential is. If he can reach the 3rd level warrior on his own within a month, I will give him this opportunity. If you can't do it, then give the opportunity to Sokyun Li. The imperial master was a little surprised, reaching the 3rd level by yourself? You mean reaching the 3rd level within a month without using any external things like elixirs? That's a bit difficult, right? Even Sokyun Li took 3 months to become a 3rd level warrior. The king laughed loudly, of course it is more difficult. This ancient dark planet contains all kinds of rare treasures, and no one has ever set foot on it. How can such a treasure land be given away so easily? Okay, let the Lord of Rushan report to me in a month to see if Jiang Chen can reach the 3rd level. The imperial master nodded, I understand. It will take a month. Rushan, in the evening, Zhang Yunyi was still lying on the hospital bed. Although she was not seriously injured, Jiang Chen was worried and wanted her to rest more, so he did not go through the discharge procedures. As for Jiang Chen, he was walking on the road, wanting to buy some delicious food to replenish Zhang Yunyi's nutrition. Suddenly, Jiang Chen's eyes became extremely sharp. He felt that there were 2 extremely powerful auras not far away. They were full of murderous intent and locked onto him. Basic application of Qi and perception of Qi. If you use your naked eyes, there are no warriors over there. Even if you use energy perception, you can't sense any warriors. They are hidden quite deeply. Jiang Chen turned a corner and walked towards the deserted street. Hey! The bald strong man in the dark let out a light exclamation. The 2 people who were tracking Jiang Chen in the dark were none other than the leader of the Z organization, the bald strong man Zi Niu. The other one was the warrior sent by the leader to assist the bald strong man. Yu Xing Zi Niu is an 8th level warrior, and Yu Xing is a 7th level warrior. Both are strong. Jiang Chen is simply courting death. He actually took the initiative to walk to a deserted place. Humph, well, I was just worried that there were too many people and it would be inconvenient to take action. He saves time. Yu Xing warned, this guy suddenly changed his route. Did he find us? Be careful. Zi Niu sneered, how is that possible? My invisibility ability cannot even be detected by a 9th level warrior. How can he do that? And even if he finds out, what will happen? Our goal is to kill him. There's no point in being afraid of a battle that is unavoidable. He's a 1st level warrior. Even if he has a supernatural power that increases by 50 times, can he still turn the tables if you and I join forces? Yu Xing nodded, well, then hurry up and follow and get ready to take action. The 2 followed Jiang Chen, and after walking to an empty corner, Jiang Chen stopped. You 2, come out. Aren't you tired after following me all the way? Zi Niu and Yu Xing in the dark were stunned. Are you serious? Is Jiang Chen talking to them? Impossible. Impossible. Ziniu held Yu Xing down. This guy must be bluffing. My invisibility ability cannot be seen through. Yu Xing did not act rashly, I know, I trust you, I won't move. Jiang Chen sighed, still refusing to come out. He suddenly raised his hand and fired a Qigong cannon towards Zi Niu and the others. Boom. The purple cow was hit and the 2 men revealed their figures immediately. Although he was not injured, Zi Niu felt very annoyed. That's absolutely impossible. How do you know where I am? Jiang Chen grinned, secret. At the same time, because the 2 people showed up, Jiang Chen also saw the information panel. Name, Purple Cow HP 100% level, Warrior level 8 ability, hidden, killing dual superpowers. Jiang Chen's pupil shrank slightly. This purple bull actually has 2 abilities? What's going on? Looking at the history of human martial arts, don't all the people with abilities have a single ability? What's so special about this purple cow? It turns out that he possesses 2 superpowers. Ha ha ha. Jiang Chen couldn't help laughing. I don't know what happened, but, well, you will die here today. My bloodline mission is to kill a warrior with 2 special powers. I thought this mission was extremely difficult, but I didn't expect the target would be delivered to my door. Zi Niu looked at Jiang Chen, you want me to die here? Just because of you. Yu Xing frowned slightly, then raised his arm directly, Zi Niu, don't waste time talking to him, just do it. Activate the shadow curse. The cursor, Jiang Chen, has the ability to be a golden warrior. As soon as he finished speaking, a ball of purple light burst out from Yu Xing's arm and instantly rushed towards Jiang Chen. What is that? Jiang Chen instantly transformed into Super Saiyan 1 and tried to resist the purple light, but to no avail. The purple light seemed to ignore the entity and directly penetrated into Jiang Chen's body. Is it a supernatural power? Jiang Chen was extremely cautious. This supernatural power that has invaded my body may not be a good thing. I must test it carefully to find out the effect of this supernatural power. Jiang Chen carefully sensed it, but found no remaining supernatural powers. Hey? Disappeared? Didn't cause any harm to me, just dissipated. Was this ability just trying to tease me? Not good. Yu Xing suddenly looked terrified. I've been fooled. I knew, this Jiang Chen's ability is not that of a golden warrior. My curse didn't work. I knew also widened his eyes. Jiang Chen's special ability is not the golden warrior. But how is it possible? Isn't it written in the official information? Jiang Chen's special ability is the golden warrior. Could it be that he deceived the authorities? It turns out to be a curse-type ability. I worried for nothing. Jiang Chen exerted force suddenly and came behind Xing in an instant. I didn't expect that you would discover the secret of my superpower so quickly. You guessed it right. My superpower is not the golden warrior. As soon as he finished speaking, Jiang Chen punched through Xing's body. He used energy to bombard him and killed him directly. Conquest ability activated, successfully plundered purple ability, shadow curse. Jiang Chen looked at his own superpowers. In addition to conquest, he had two other superpowers, one was shadow spell, and the other was the superpower he got after killing Ma Dainu, business sense. Chapter 10. Shadow spell, choose a target and silently recite the opponent's superpower, which can make the opponent's superpower ineffective for 10 seconds. Business sense, when faced with business choices, you can use your special abilities to get the best choice. The effect of the shadow spell is quite good. It can catch people off guard. Jiang Chen turned and looked at Xiainu. Feeling Jiang Chen's gaze, Xiainu subconsciously took 2 steps back. How could it be, you killed Yu Xing with just one move? How is this possible? According to the intelligence, Jiang Chen's strength should only be that of a 7th level warrior. The same level as Yu Xing, but why? Jiang Chen could kill Yu Xing in seconds? Isn't the gap too big? In addition to strength, there is also Jiang Chen's ability. The intelligence is not accurate. Jiang Chen's ability is not a golden warrior at all. This Jiang Chen is hiding too deeply. All the information about him is wrong. And it's ridiculously wrong. No, we can't confront him head-on, I have to retreat temporarily. The purple ox suddenly exploded, and the energy of the 8th level warrior spread out. Do you want to fight to the death? Jiang Chen assumed a fighting stance. Unexpectedly, the purple bull accelerated, turned around and flew into the air, escaping. Jiang Chen. Did you want to escape? Do you think you can escape? Jiang Chen exerted his strength, and with a whoosh, he disappeared from the spot. The next moment, Jiang Chen stood right in front of Xiainu. How come you are so fast? Xiainu looked at Jiang Chen in disbelief. Besides, only 5th level warriors can fly. Aren't you a 1st level warrior? Why can you fly? What's going on? Jiang Chen smiled. Of course it was because of the air dance technique. It was just the basic use of qi. As for why I'm faster than the purple bull, that's also very simple, Super Saiyan 2 transformation. All his attributes increased by 100 times. Jiang Chen himself didn't know how strong he was, but he felt that he could defeat even a 9th level warrior. Damn it, how could the information given by the leader be so wrong? Xiainu roared, ready to use his special power to kill. This is my last trump card. Superpower, absolutely. When Xiainu just activated his supernatural power, he saw Jiang Chen raise his hand and a purple light rushed into his body. Block the superpowers. Kill. Why does this light look so familiar? As soon as Xiainu had this thought, he found that his ability was ineffective. His ultimate move was completely ineffective. It's a shadow spell. A shadow spell that can seal supernatural powers. Xiainu was confused. Isn't this Yu Xing's ability? Why can Jiang Chen use it? What is going on? Is he dreaming? Boom. The next moment, the purple cow's heart was pierced. Cough. Xiainu spat out a mouthful of blood and used his last remaining strength to look at Jiang Chen. He was very curious about what kind of monster this young man in front of him was. Totally incomprehensible. Purple cow, die. Conquer the superpowers and successfully plunder the purple bull's superpowers, hide and kill. Ding. Congratulations to the host, you have completed the first stage of the bloodline mission and killed 2 supernatural warriors. Your bloodline has evolved into the royal family. Buzz. Instantly, Jiang Chen felt the energy in his body surge, and his blood was constantly being refined. Is this the bloodline upgrade? Jiang Chen looked at his palms. As the energy in his body increased, his own cultivation also began to improve. Warrior 1st floor. Warrior 2nd floor. Warrior 3rd floor. In the blink of an eye, Jiang Chen reached the 5th level of warrior. The effect of the bloodline upgrade also stopped. Super Saiyan bloodline, royal family, your own potential is greatly improved, making it easier to break through the realm. At the same time, after becoming a giant ape, you will not lose your mind. The penultimate piece of the puzzle. Jiang Chen's heart moved. If you want to transform into Super Saiyan 4, you must stay rational when transforming into a giant ape. Now that I have royal blood, it will be easy for me to stay sane. Just wait for the full moon night, or when I figure out the artificial moon, I can try to transform into Super Saiyan 4. Afterwards, Jiang Chen looked at the new Bloodline mission again. Bloodline mission, Phase 2: own a planet of your own and become the king. Bloodline will be upgraded to Super Legend, Old. Chuan Chao. Jiang Chen was a little dazed. This is only the second stage, and he can become a superhero? According to the setting in the anime, this superhero bloodline is incredible. What kind of bloodline is the third stage? Is it really the ancestral bloodline? And this old logo, is it what I thought? Jiang Chen clicked on the panel and took a closer look. After a while, Jiang Chen took a deep breath. It was just as I thought. The legendary super is divided into the old legendary super and the new legendary super. The new legendary super is the legendary super in Dragon Ball Super, and the effect is not too amazing. But the old super, according to the setting, is a terrifying bloodline that can improve strength at every moment. The stronger the enemy, the stronger this super bloodline will be. An absolutely heaven-defying bloodline. But owning a planet of your own is a difficult task. Jiang Chen shook his head. What era is it now? The era of the Great Federation of the Universe. The managers of each planet are divided by the Great Federation. With his current strength, it is enough to dominate Blue Star, but he is not yet the master of Blue Star. If you want to become the master of Blue Star, you must get the approval of the Great Federation. If you claim to be king without the consent of the Great Federation, you are challenging the laws of the Great Federation. The Martial Emperor level masters of the Federation will take direct action. My normal state is too weak. Even if I transform into Super Saiyan 4, I can probably only defeat a martial artist. I am far from being able to challenge a martial arts emperor. Jiang Chen shook his head. He was not strong enough and had to obey federal laws. But within the scope of the law, it is really difficult to get a planet. However, I heard that warriors who have made contributions to the Federation can be rewarded with a planet. Perhaps I can get started from this aspect. Jiang Chen thought about it and decided to put it aside for the time being. After all, there are too many things to do, and we have to do them one by one. The top priority at the moment is to master the artificial moon. By the way, let's take a look at the new superpowers we have acquired. Jiang Chen sensed the supernatural power. Invisibility, activate supernatural powers and become invisible. In the same great realm, it cannot be perceived or seen. Sure kill, concentrate on one point, causing a devastating blow, ignoring defense. These two superpowers work very well together. One is invisibility, and the other is super attack. They are very suitable for assassination. Jiang Chen collected his thoughts and prepared to leave. Suddenly, Jiang Chen noticed something. Wait, what is this capsule? Jiang Chen was flying in the air. He glanced casually at the ground and found an information panel. Name, Superpower Capsule Effect. After killing a warrior, place the capsule on the corpse to absorb the opponent's supernatural powers. Absorbing superpowers. Jiang Chen landed and held the capsule in his hand. This capsule should be what Xinyu and the others were carrying. After they were killed by himself, the capsule fell to the ground. Chapter 11. Refer to the effect of the capsule, and the two people named Xinyu who attacked him. Do they want to absorb my superpowers? Jiang Chen rubbed his chin. The absorbed superpowers should be able to be used again, right? If they cannot be used a second time, there is no need for them to collect superpowers. I see. No wonder Purple Ox has two superpowers. They must have stolen them from others. What kind of background do these two guys have? How could they create something like this? Let's go back later and ask the city lord if he has ever encountered something similar. Jiang Chen put away the capsule and left silently. In a base somewhere in the Z organization, the leader suddenly frowned. Something bad happened. Where did it happen? The leader lowered his head and activated his supernatural power to deduce. After a moment, he opened his eyes and waved his hands again, activating a new supernatural power and traveling back in time. In front of him, a picture appeared. It was Jiang Chen transforming into Super Saiyan 2. In almost an instant, he took care of Xinyu and Yu Xing failed? Purple Bull was killed? Phantom Walker's curse ability is invalid? Golden Warrior is not Jiang Chen's ability. The leader pondered for a moment, then suddenly laughed. Good boy, he even deceived the Yun country officials and did not report his true supernatural power. Well, no matter what supernatural power he has, I will kill him. I have been planning to invade the Shadow Kingdom for 172 years. Now is the chance to finish it. I cannot let it go to waste. You are lucky. After the Shadow Kingdom is destroyed, I will deal with you personally. Just think of it as giving you time to grow. I also hope you can get stronger. I don't want to kill you with one move. That would be meaningless. After saying that, the leader also had some expectations. He was only a first-level warrior, but he could kill an 8th-level warrior. What if he grew to a 9th-level warrior? Would he be able to kill the Martial King? Funny little guy, see you in the future. In Zhang Yunyi's ward, Jiang Chen was having dinner with Zhang Yunyi. These were all things Jiang Chen had just bought. Brother. Zhang Yunyi muttered while eating. I feel very healthy now. Can I really be discharged from the hospital? Jiang Chen shook his head. No rush, just observe for a few more days. After all, he injured his heart before, so he can't be careless. Okay. Zhang Yunyi responded and began to concentrate on eating. At this time, the door of the ward suddenly rang. Is Jiang Chen here? I am the Lord of Rushan. Jiang Chen stood up and opened the door. City Lord, it just so happens that I have something to ask you. The City Lord was relieved when he saw Jiang Chen. You kid, why didn't you answer the phone I called you before? You scared me, I thought something happened to you. Jiang Chen took out his phone and took a look. Oh, I was fighting with someone before, so I didn't notice it. What I want to ask you is also related to them. Castle Lord. Fighting someone? Has it already happened? The City Lord couldn't help but ask, have you been assassinated? Someone from Organization Z. Jiang Chen pondered, what is the Z organization? How come I have never heard of it? The City Lord glanced at Zhang Yunyi, thought for a while, and then said, this matter is secret, you must keep it confidential after listening to it. If it is announced, it will definitely cause panic. To put it simply, the Z organization is very mysterious. They specialize in attacking people with advanced superpowers. We officials still don't know why they attack. But they are very powerful, and some of them even have dual abilities. Hearing this, Zhang Yunyi couldn't help but open her mouth slightly. Dual abilities? I've never heard of it before. Surprised. The City Lord smiled. When I first heard this news, I was also shocked. It's incredible that someone can have two superpowers. Jiang Chen spoke at this time, so according to what you said, the people who attacked me are from Organization Z. Two of them attacked me, and one of them has dual abilities. And this must be the reason why they attacked the high-level psychics. After saying that, Jiang Chen took out the superpower capsule. The City Lord looked at the capsule in confusion. What is this? Jiang Chen explained, putting the capsule on the dead can absorb the other person's supernatural powers. The City Lord's pupils suddenly shrank. Absorbing superpowers? So, Organization Z is collecting high-level superpowers? But why? What's the point of them collecting superpowers? Can they be reused? Just when he thought of this, the City Lord suddenly widened his eyes. Yes. If that's the case, everything makes sense. No wonder the people in the Z organization have dual abilities. Isn't it just that they robbed other people's abilities and used them a second time? Jiang Chen. Can you give me this capsule? I want to report it to Yun State. The City Lord couldn't help but get excited. We need official verification. If what you said is true, you have done a great deed this time. This is a great deed for the entire human race. Jiang Chen nodded, okay, if you need it, just take it. This capsule is completely useless to Jiang Chen. After all, his own ability is to kill people and absorb their abilities. Thank you. The City Lord took the capsule, then looked at Jiang Chen and said with a smile. Speaking of which, you are really amazing for being able to kill the people of the Z organization. Currently, only a few of the Z organization's attacks on people with special abilities can escape. Hearing this, Jiang Chen pondered, when you say that, I think of an important thing, that is, the people in the Z organization know what my superpowers are, and they have my detailed information. Castle owner. Do they know about your abilities? The City Lord was shocked. The supernatural power was the official top secret information. People from the Z organization actually knew the top secret information? No wonder the Z organization is always ready to kill you. They have all the information about you, so killing you wouldn't be a piece of cake, right? I understand what you mean. There might be a traitor among the high-ranking officials of Yun State. The City Lord took a deep breath. I will report this to the king. This is a big deal. Jiang Chen, this is amazing. You have accomplished two great feats with just one move. Jiang Chen smiled and said nothing. At this time, the City Lord took out a talisman paper and said, this is for you. If you encounter an assassination attempt by Organization Z again and cannot defeat it, you can transfer energy into the talisman paper and teleport to 1,000 miles away. Well, this is the 1,000-mile talisman, it's a good thing to save your life. Jiang Chen took the Qun Li talisman and also thanked him. And more. The City Lord looked at Zhang Yunyi and said at this time. Jiang Chen, your sister is in such a bad condition that she can't go to school. After all, 2 people died because of her. I'm afraid some classmates will talk about her behind her back and say bad things about her. Secondly, her identity is different now. People from the Z organization might attack her to threaten you. Let me give you a suggestion. Let her join the official team. We will be responsible for arranging a teacher to teach her. You don't have to worry about her academic qualifications. We will officially issue her academic qualifications as usual. Chapter 12. Let the authorities arrange a teacher for her. Jiang Chen thought about it. Isn't that equivalent to a private school? That's good, with official protection, at least safety is guaranteed. Okay, but, I have to review the selected teacher. The City Lord said no problem, I will go and select a few teachers, and you can choose when the time comes. Okay, I'm leaving first, I still have to report your achievements to the king. Just wait. The king is never stingy with his gifts to those who have made contributions. There will definitely be a huge reward. After saying that, the City Lord left the ward directly. As for the reward mentioned by the City Lord, Jiang Chen didn't take it seriously. With my current strength, if I want material things, I can just rob them. Who would dare to object? In the world of warriors, the one with the bigger fist is the one who rules. Looking at the blue planet, my fist should be the biggest. If it weren't for the existence of the Great Federation, I would have become the king of Blue Star long ago. The Great Federation of the Universe. Once I master Super Saiyan 4, I will try to join it. One day later, in the capital of Yun Kingdom, the king had just received the supernatural capsule. This is what the Lord of Rushan said, the capsule that can absorb superpowers, the conspiracy of the Z organization. The king called several technical personnel and ordered them to conduct a thorough study. Then he called out to his own national teacher, Jiang Chen has made great contributions this time. What do you think? The state teacher bowed his head and responded, your contribution to the human race is huge. The state lord should give you more rewards. At least. I think the ancient dark star we discussed before can be given to Jiang Chen. The king thought for a moment and said, giving it directly to Jiang Chen would be too unfair to Sokyun Li. Let's do this. We said before that within a month, as long as Jiang Chen reaches the 3rd level warrior, we will give him the planet. Now, the conditions are a little more relaxed. 3 months. As long as he can reach the 3rd level of warrior within 3 months, this planet will be given to him. It took Sokyun Li 3 months to become a 3rd level warrior. As long as Jiang Chen's training speed is the same as his, I will support Jiang Chen. The Imperial Master nodded and said, Your Majesty is wise. I will go and inform the Lord of Rushan right away and send me the status of Jiang Chen's cultivation in 3 months. A few days later, Zhang Yunyi was discharged from the hospital and started taking classes at Rushan official school. Her teacher was Jiang Chen's acquaintance, Xiaoyu, the original tester. After helping Zhang Yunyi with her studies, Jiang Chen continued to study the artificial moon. Using energy to build an artificial moon is a bit more complicated than I thought. Jiang Chen stood on a mountain top, looking at the constantly changing energy ball in his hand. This time, I guess it still failed. Jiang Chen threw the energy ball into the air, then clenched his fist and controlled the energy ball to explode. Boom! The energy ball suddenly expanded, like a full moon, hanging in the air. Jiang Chen looked up, and saw no changes. Sure enough, it's a bit difficult. At this rate, it will take another 3 days for me to create a real full moon. I should ask the city lord how the people over there are doing with the artificial full moon. After making great contributions, the Lord of Rushan asked Jiang Chen if he needed anything. If you asked, he would definitely do it. The requirement raised by Jiang Chen is whether it is possible to use technological means to artificially create a full moon. It must be similar to the real moon. Jiang Chen made a phone call, City Lord, how is the artificial full moon going? The City Lord replied, wait another 3 or 4 days. We are mobilizing the whole country to help you build an artificial full moon. Well, I won't say more. I am adjusting the parameters of the artificial moon. I will talk to you later. After hanging up the phone, Jiang Chen rubbed his chin. Do I have to wait for 3 days? Never mind. It seems that I have no chance to transform into Super Saiyan 4 today. Since we have nothing to do anyway, why not find the location of Organization Z and destroy them? Thinking of this, Jiang Chen flew directly into the air. The Z organization obviously wanted to kill him. Jiang Chen felt uncomfortable with such an enemy hiding in the dark. It would be better to kill them directly. The boss of the Z organization must be a 9th level warrior, or even stronger. Then, I will use my breath perception to catch all the 9th level warriors on Blue Star. Check them one by one. There are not many 9th level warriors on Blue Star, so even if Jiang Chen checks them one by one, it won't take much time. Let's go to the Fire Nation, next to the Cloud Nation first. We'll leave the Cloud Nation for final inspection. Jiang Chen transformed into Super 1, his speed increased 50 times, and then he flew towards the Fire Nation. Soon, Jiang Chen arrived at the territory of the Fire Country. According to his perception, there were 3 9th level warriors in the Fire Country. 3? I remember the Fire Nation announced that they only had 1 9th rank warrior. Humph, check them out one by one. Jiang Chen accelerated and came to the imperial capital of Fire Country. Here, there was the aura of a 9th rank warrior, who was also the strongest god of war of Fire Country. The flame known as the god of war. As soon as he arrived above the imperial capital, Jiang Chen released a huge amount of energy. It directly covered the entire palace. In an instant, all the people in the palace, including the king and other ministers, were crushed to the ground, unable to stand. There was only one old man, who slowly walked out of the palace. Which senior has come to visit our Fire Country? You actually made such a big fuss. This person is none other than the martial god Yan. Hey! Jiang Chen couldn't help laughing when he saw Yan's personal panel. Because Yan's ability is to create a full moon. Isn't this too coincidental? Speaking of Yan's ability, this is also what Yan is most proud of. It's not that the ability is so strong, in fact, this ability is useless, and can even be said to be completely useless. But he relied on such useless abilities to finally stand at the top of the Fire Nation. He became the strongest person in the Fire Nation. Thus, he said a famous saying, there are no useless superpowers, only useless warriors. Yan couldn't help but ask, Senior, why are you laughing? Although Jiang Chen looked very young, Yan did not dare to neglect him. Because judging from the energy fluctuations emitted by Jiang Chen, this man was definitely a master of the martial arts realm. The Fire Nation cannot afford to offend someone who is at the level of a martial artist. Jiang Chen put away his smile and looked at Yan, let me ask you, how much life do you have left? Yan was stunned for a moment, then immediately replied with a folded hand, the lifespan of a warrior in the warrior realm is limited to 150 years. I have lived for 140 years, and I may die at any time. Most warriors cannot reach the maximum lifespan. Just like ordinary people, the maximum lifespan is 100 years, but most people can only live to their 80s or 90s. The same goes for warriors, the upper limit is 150 years, but most people can only live to 140 or 130. Jiang Chen grinned, then, let me ask you, after you die, can you rest assured about the Fire Nation? Are you willing to sacrifice yourself in exchange for 1,000 years of peace for the Fire Nation? Yan was stunned for a moment, not realizing what Jiang Chen meant. Please explain clearly, senior. Chapter 13. Jiang Chen clapped his hands, if you are willing to sacrifice yourself, then after you die, I will protect the Fire Nation for you for 1,000 years and ensure that no one will invade the Fire Nation. How? Yan acted as if he suddenly understood something. So that was how it was, he was using his death in exchange for the stability of the Fire Nation. Why are you hesitating? You are a dying man. Wait. I don't want to. At this time, a figure approached rapidly from a distance. In an instant, he arrived in front of Jiang Chen. Who are you? Jiang Chen looked at the other party's panel. Name Yubud Shusui, 9-tier warrior within the Fire Nation. Jiang Chen sensed 3 9th-level warriors, one of whom was Yan and the other was Wubu. I am Yan's disciple. Wubuledin looked at Jiang Chen with a wary look on his face. You don't need to worry about the safety of the Fire Nation. With me here, no one dares to invade the Fire Nation. As for my master, he will have a perfect old age. Wubu was adopted by Yan when he was young, and Yan taught Wubu how to become stronger. For Wubu, Yan is not only a master, but also his father. Now he is asked to sacrifice his own father, how could he be willing to do so? Even though his father didn't have much time left to live. Nonsense. At this time, Yan spoke and stretched out his hand to greet Wubuledin. Come here quickly, don't be so arrogant in front of your seniors. Wub sighed, then dropped from the air and stood beside Yan. Master, please don't mess around. The Fire Country has me, so there is nothing to worry about. Yan patted Wubuledin's shoulder and said, I know, but, you only have 100 years to live. If you die, the Fire Nation will not have a 9th level being born. Isn't it possible that the country will be destroyed? But this senior is different. He can protect the Fire Nation for 1,000 years. Well, stop talking. As a dying man, it is worth it for me to make some contribution to the Fire Nation. Wubuledin wanted to say something, but Jiang Chen waved his hand and released a stronger pressure, which directly suppressed Wubuledin and made him unable to speak. Well, old man, since you are willing to sacrifice yourself, just go ahead. Jiang Chen used a Qigong cannon to take Yan away directly. Don't worry, after you die, the Fire Nation will soar. Conquer the ability and successfully plunder Yan's ability, the full moon. Let's go. Jiang Chen waved his hand, released the pressure, and flew away directly. After the pressure was lifted, Wubu and the others were all able to move freely. No. Wubu hugged Yan's body, his whole body trembling. Damn you, you killed my master, I won't let you go. Never. The Lord of the Fire Nation wanted to comfort Wubuledin, but suddenly a communication talisman fell from the sky, and then Jiang Chen's voice came, Lord of the Fire Nation, if you encounter a crisis, use the communication talisman to find me and I will help you solve it. I will protect the Fire Nation for 1,000 years. The king was instantly overjoyed. The senior really kept his word. He was really willing to protect the Fire Nation. In this way, Yan's sacrifice was worthwhile. The king coughed lightly, suppressed the joy in his heart, and walked to Wubuledin's side. Don't be too sad, this is your master's choice, you should respect it. Wubuledin raised his head and glanced at the king, unable to hide the joy on his face. He understood that, in the eyes of outsiders, a dying 9th rank being exchanged for a martial arts master-level expert's protection for 1,000 years was worth it no matter how you looked at it. But for him, his master dedicated his entire life to the Fire Nation, and when he was finally old enough to enjoy his life, he ended up like this. I'm still too weak now. Wub clenched his fists and decided to hide his hatred. If one day I can also reach the level of a martial artist, I will definitely seek revenge. I will avenge my master, just wait. The king suddenly called out, by the way, Wubu, our Fire Nation has been hiding your cultivation level all along, and has announced to the public that only Yan is at the 9th level. Now that Yan is dead, it's time for you to step forward. In 2 days, our Fire State will officially announce your identity. Be prepared. Wubuledin took a deep breath and said, yes, Lord, I understand. I have to be patient and with the help of the Fire Nation's resources, I will definitely be able to surpass the other party. Definitely. Full moon, activate the supernatural power to turn the moon into a full moon when night falls. Well, it will be night in a few hours. Jiang Chen was flying in the air and decided to go and see the last 9th level warrior of the Fire Nation. The first 2 are from the Fire Nation, and this last one might be related to Organization Z. Jiang Chen flew to a mountainous area in the Fire Country. In his perception, the last 9th level was hiding deep in the mountains. It's hidden so secretly, maybe it's really from the Z organization. Jiang Chen couldn't help but feel excited. Following the breath perception, Jiang Chen came to a big mountain. The 9th level was hiding inside. In addition to the 9th level, there was also an 8th level and several 7th level warriors in the mountain. Then, Jiang Chen raised his hand, and countless energies gathered in his hand. Everyone come out. Jiang Chen waved his hand suddenly, and several rays of light burst out from the energy in his hand, all rushing into the mountain. These rays of light will lock onto those hidden warriors and blow them all out. Boom. As the light fell to the ground, explosions were heard continuously, and soon all the hidden warriors flew out. Who are you? The leader looked at Jiang Chen with a cautious look. Where did this person come from? He took action as soon as he arrived, and even found all the hiding places of everyone. What a good method. You know, even the Fire Nation's martial god Yan can't detect this place. Ha ha ha. Jiang Chen didn't answer, but just laughed. It seems that you are members of the Z organization. Jiang Chen was so sure because the leader had 3 superpowers. And the 8th level warrior behind him had 2 superpowers. The other 7th level warriors all have a special ability. The 3 warriors with special abilities can undoubtedly only be the masterpieces of the Z organization. Who are you? How come you know I'm from Organization Z? The leader's expression changed slightly. He is indeed a member of the Z organization, and he is no ordinary person. The highest position in the Z organization is the leader, who is mysterious and controls the entire Blue Star. Under the leader are the elders, who are responsible for a country. Below the elders is the hall master, who is in charge of a city. And he is the elder of Organization Z. You don't need to know. Jiang Chen raised his hand, and all his energy burst out, instantly suppressing everyone with his aura. Is this considered a small headquarters? I think your abilities are quite compatible. The person in charge widened his eyes. Although he was a 9th level warrior, he couldn't even speak when facing Jiang Chen's suppression. Well, that's a bargain for me. Jiang Chen waved his hand again, and countless Qigong cannons rushed out. In an instant, all the warriors except the leader were killed by Jiang Chen. Conquer the superpowers. Get new superpowers: Fiery Fire, Turtle Breath, Brute Force, Smart Mind, Energy Gathering, Dispelling Lies, Earth Control. Chapter 14. Just like Jiang Chen said, these people's abilities match well with each other, and they were obviously specially selected. Turtle Breath is used to hide the breath of everyone. Energy Gathering can gather the surrounding energy together, making it easier for everyone to absorb energy, similar to a spirit gathering array. Then there is the Smart Mind. As a branch of the Z organization, of course we need smart people to command. Finally, this headquarters was built in the mountains, and it is estimated that they relied on earth-controlling techniques to build a residence underground. Another point is that Dispelling Lies is to examine whether any members are lying. And now, everything belongs to Jiang Chen. Dispel the lies. Jiang Chen raised his hand and released his supernatural power to the leader. Now, tell me. Where is the boss of Organization Z hiding? The leader was struggling, but after being affected by the supernatural power, he stopped struggling instantly and replied truthfully, I don't know the position of the leader either. I only have a rough guess. According to my guess, the leader might be near Shadow Country. I really don't know where exactly. Jiang Chen stroked his chin. Shadow Country. On the other side of the blue planet, due to the time difference, it seemed to be still night over there. Then let's go over there. We can also use the full moon ability while we're there. Jiang Chen continued to question, tell me the details of the Z organization. The leader answered honestly, we are the Z organization, led by a powerful leader. Even the supernatural capsules we use were invented by the leader. The structure of the superpower capsule is very special. The leader said that even if the Universal Federation obtains the capsule, it will not be able to replicate the same capsule. Then there is the power structure. The leader is the boss, and below him are the elders. Every country on Blue Star has an elder stationed there. The strength of the elders is about the same. They are all 9th level warriors with 3 supernatural powers. I am the elder stationed in the Fire Country. Below the elders are the Hall Masters, who are standardly equipped as 8th rank warriors with dual special abilities. Hall Masters are stationed in every city. Our Z organization is very powerful. Any warrior who goes against the Z organization will perish. I advise you to join the Z organization as soon as possible. The leader is a true god. Jiang Chen was secretly surprised. The power of this Z organization was indeed huge. There were 31 countries on the Blue Star, which meant that there were 31 9th level warriors in the Z organization. Moreover, these 9th level warriors all possess 3 supernatural powers, which is far superior to ordinary 9th level warriors. Including the so-called Hall Masters, each country has more than 100 cities, so we will count based on the minimum of 100 cities. There is an 8th level warrior in every city, 31 times 100, that is to say, there are more than 3,000 8th level warriors in the Z organization alone. No one on Blue Star can stop this force. It seems that the reason why Organization Z did not occupy Blue Star is that it is afraid of the Universal Federation. After all, the ownership of Blue Star has long been planned by the Federation. Your Z organization is indeed strong enough, but how strong do you think the leader is? Is he a martial artist? The leader shook his head, I don't know, but I think, the leader is definitely beyond the martial arts master level. I said, the leader is a god. God is omnipotent. Jiang Chen sighed. Is he really that strong? Then I'm going to fight him. When Jiang Chen thought about fighting a strong man like the leader, he felt inexplicably excited. There was no other way, the warriors on Blue Star were too weak, they were no match for him. Perhaps, only the so-called leader can give him a good fight. Wait, fighting a strong enemy actually makes me so excited? Is it because of my Saiyan blood? Jiang Chen narrowed his eyes slightly, it seemed that he was really going to become a battle maniac. That's fine. Saiyans are a fighting race. Fighting more with stronger enemies can also accelerate their growth. There is one more question. Jiang Chen continued to ask. You said that even if the Universal Federation got the superpower capsule, it would not be able to replicate the capsule. Are you so confident? Do you know how terrifying the technology of the Universal Federation is? The Universal Federation, whether in terms of hard power, technological strength, or medical level, far surpasses Blue Star. But even so, they can't replicate the supernatural capsule. Jiang Chen is a little skeptical. The leader responded, I don't believe it either. After all, the technology of the Great Federation is too terrifying. But the leader insisted that the Great Federation cannot replicate it either. I have no choice but to believe it. Jiang Chen. Was it forced? Okay, that's it. Jiang Chen released his power, and the leader regained consciousness. He looked at Jiang Chen in shock. The power you just used was to dispel lies? Impossible. How did you do it? Why did you? The leader didn't understand. Killing the other party and taking away their superpowers is clearly what our Z organization is best at. Why can the other party also do it? Jiang Chen smiled mysteriously, I won't tell you. Leader. Damn it. Puff. Jiang Chen pierced through the leader's body and killed him directly. Conquer the superpowers and successfully plunder 3 superpowers, blood curse, borrow for another year, mind weapon blood curse, get a drop of blood from the target, then you can curse it and cause it to be hurt. The stronger the opponent's cultivation, the lower the possibility of the curse being successful. Borrow for another year, can be used once every 10 years, adding 1 year to the lifespan. Mind weapon, can strengthen any object in your hand and make it into a sharp weapon. Increase lifespan. Jiang Chen was a little surprised. Looking at the history of Blue Star, among the currently recorded supernatural powers, there seems to be no supernatural power related to lifespan. It may have happened, but the authorities have done a good job of keeping it secret, so ordinary people like us don't have the chance to come into contact with it. Jiang Chen smiled and said, let's meet the King of Yun Kingdom some other day. If nothing else, I want to read the confidential information of Yun Kingdom myself. Otherwise, you will suffer a lot if you have too little experience. Now, I'm going to Ying country. Jiang Chen took out the world map and took a look at it. Well, based on this position, I just need to keep flying north. If I fly at full speed, it will take about 10 minutes. In this way, Jiang Chen transformed into Super Saiyan 2 and flew directly towards Shadow Country. 10 minutes later, Jiang Chen arrived at the territory of Shadow Country, where it was still dark. It's really lively. Jiang Chen took a general look. There are actually 12 9th-level warriors in the territory of Ying country. According to the information released by Ying country, there are only 2 9th-level warriors in their country. In other words, there are 10 9th-level warriors here, and they do not belong to the Shadow Country. With so many 9th-level warriors, they can only be the elders of the Z organization, right? What are they gathering here for? Is this the headquarters of the Z organization? Or is the Z organization planning to attack the Shadow Country? Also, there is another person whose aura is very chaotic and strange. Could he be the so-called leader of Organization Z? Jiang Chen's expression became much more serious. This was the first time he encountered such a strange aura. He could not sense strength, but only chaos. Forget it, I don't care. Let me try to transform into Super Saiyan 4 first. Jiang Chen looked at the half-moon in the sky. Full moon power, activated. Chapter 15. As the full moon's special ability was activated, the half-moon in the sky began to change towards perfection. Tail, show yourself. Jiang Chen waved his hand and no longer hid his tail. Although hiding the tail will not affect the transformation into Super Saiyan 4, but, it's mainly for the sense of ritual. When transforming into Super Saiyan 4, it is still more handsome to show the tail. Bring it on. Jiang Chen spread his hands and looked at the full moon in the sky. Boom. Instantly, Jiang Chen felt his heart beating. 1, 2. Roar. With a roar, a giant brown-furred ape appeared out of nowhere. Transform, Super Saiyan 2. Jiang Chen exerted all his energy, and in an instant, the brown fur turned golden at a speed visible to the naked eye. Here we go. Boom. A golden giant ape stood in the air and slowly raised his hand. Such a powerful force, as long as it is attributed to oneself. Jiang Chen took a deep breath and tried to calm himself down. Buzz. New changes occurred again. The golden giant ape kept shrinking and finally became the size of an adult man. This is Super Saiyan 4. Jiang Chen looked up, took out a mirror from the system space, and looked at it. The jet black hair and the iconic red hair on the upper body are full of wildness and power. Snap. The second Jiang Chen looked in the mirror, it cracked. The endless power is too strong, stronger than I originally expected. Jiang Chen took a deep breath, then jumped a few times while standing in place. The official has never said how many times Super Saiyan 4 is stronger than normal, and some readers can only guess on their own. The only thing that can be confirmed is that compared to Super Saiyan 3, Super Saiyan 4 is completely superior to Super Saiyan 3. The multiple of the Super 3 increases 400 times the normal level. Ding! The host has completed the Super Saiyan 4 transformation on his own. The second stage transformation mission is considered completed, and the Super Saiyan 3 full power transformation is rewarded. Ding! The host has completed the Super Saiyan 4 transformation on his own. The third stage transformation mission is considered completed, and the Super Saiyan 4 full power transformation is rewarded. Ding! The fourth stage of the mission begins. Transformation mission, Phase 4 Own a Universe Domain, Reward Super 5 full power. The host can also transform into Super Saiyan 5 on his own. What is this universe domain? The mission spans so much that I can't understand it. Jiang Chen smiled. Then he looked up to the north, where was the capital of Ying Kingdom. Leader of Organization Z, let me see your strength. With an acceleration, Jiang Chen disappeared from the spot. In a high-end residential area in the capital of Ying country, the leader of the Z organization was strolling in the garden with an elder. The elder sighed in his heart, the leader is really generous. In the territory of Ying country, he is so high profile that he directly lives in a high-end residential area. Are you really not afraid of being discovered by the film countryman? So Cai, he is the Lord of Blue Star personally selected by the Universal Federation. And the current power layout of Blue Star is also the idea of a so Cai. The leader walked while admiring the flowers. If you want to destroy the Shadow Country, you are destroying So Cai's layout plan. In other words, destroying the Shadow Country is to offend So Cai, and offending So Cai is equivalent to offending the Great Federation. With our current power, we are unable to withstand the wrath of the Great Federation, so I have planned for 100 years to replace all the royal family members of Shadow Country with our own people. Finally, the time has come to close the net. As long as they take control of the Shadow Kingdom, then the Shadow Kingdom will be mine. Even as the leader, he didn't dare to destroy the Shadow Kingdom directly. He could only control the Shadow Kingdom by replacing its members. From a certain perspective, this could also be regarded as the destruction of the Shadow Kingdom. The elder nodded and said, Master, you are very far-sighted, really amazing. However, if your plan is discovered by So Cai, it will be dangerous. The leader waved his hand, so, I came to Ying country in person to take charge of the overall situation. At this critical moment of closing the net, no mistakes can be made. Even if So Cai comes in person, we have to complete the control of Ying country under his nose. The elder wanted to say something, but suddenly, the leader's expression changed. Wait. That's not right. The elder looked at the leader in confusion, what's wrong? The leader pointed to the sky and said, didn't you notice? The moon has become a full moon. Elder, just a small matter? It doesn't matter. No. The leader's eyes were very gloomy. There must be a reason for such a change. Let me deduce it. As soon as he finished speaking, the leader's pupils began to spin, as if they had transformed into two Tai Chi diagrams. Suddenly, the pupils stopped rotating and a trace of cold sweat appeared on the leader's forehead. How could it be possible, a great evil? Looking at the entire Blue Star, who can hurt me? The leader didn't understand. Even if it was the Lord of Blue Star, the strongest So Cai, he was only a second-level martial artist. He didn't take him seriously at all. If he hadn't been afraid of the Great Federation, he would have killed So Cai long ago. Could it be that the Great Federation sent the Martial Emperor in person? No, that's absolutely impossible. Let me deduce who it is. The leader was just about to deduce again when suddenly, a gust of wind blew by. Bang, bang, bang. All that was heard was a series of striking sounds. In an instant, the elder died. Dozens of fist marks appeared on the leader's body. The leader of Organization Z? Seeing him today really opened my eyes. Jiang Chen appeared behind the leader. It was Jiang Chen who had just taken action, killing the elder and severely injuring the leader. And he said that his eyes were opened because of the leader's personal panel. Name, All Europe level, Martial King level 6 abilities, Conquest, Potionization, Precognitive Evolution, Instant Movement, Space-Time Observation, Immortality, Grip of Truth, Death Curse, Hypnosis, Protean Change, Blessing of Light, Annihilation. There were still a bunch of them behind. Jiang Chen couldn't see the end at a glance. There were too many superpowers in Europe. However, what really attracted Jiang Chen was the first superpower in Europe, Conquer. I see, you have the same conquering ability as me. Jiang Chen roughly understood what was going on. By making this superpower into a medicine, the characteristics of conquering this superpower can be made into capsules, thus the superpower capsule appeared. Then he used this superpower capsule to found the Z organization in Europe and started to plunder superpowers everywhere to make himself stronger. No wonder the whole of Europe is so confident. Even if people from the Federation came, they would not be able to produce the same capsule. Because in order to make capsules, one must possess the two superpowers of conquest and potion. Who are you? Chuan Ou, whose body was covered with fist marks, activated his healing ability. With a bang, the injuries on his body completely disappeared. Chuan Europe looked at Jiang Chen and was suddenly stunned. There is a tail? This person doesn't seem to be a human from the Blue Planet. You are not from Blue Star? Are you a strong man from the Great Federation? Why would you, a strong man from the Great Federation, attack me? All of Europe didn't understand. Even if he was planning to take over the Shadow Country, he hadn't done anything yet. The people of the Great Federation shouldn't have taken action against him. Is there some misunderstanding? Chapter 16. Jiang Chen smiled and said, a warrior from the Great Federation? Of course not. Don't you have deduction abilities? Why don't you deduce it yourself? Hearing this, all of Europe glared at Jiang Chen. Deductive abilities can only deduce the general idea of a matter, and do not mean omniscience and omnipotence. Besides, you should give me some time to deduce. Don't think I don't know that as long as I'm distracted from deducing, you will definitely sneak attack me. If you are not from the Great Federation, then where else could you be from? Don't tell me you are from Blue Star. First, the human race on Blue Star doesn't have tails. Second, you are so strong, Blue Star can't accommodate a big Buddha like you. Jiang Chen put his hands in front of him, then I'll tell you, I am the one who wants to kill you. As soon as he finished speaking, Jiang Chen moved, accelerated and rushed directly behind Chuan Oyu, punching him, trying to hit him. Absolute defense. Chuan Oyu activated his special ability, and his whole body instantly radiated light, completely protecting himself. Jiang Chen's punch finally hit the light. This defense method is not bad. Chuan Oyu's expression was not very good. Although this ability can defend against everything, the energy consumed varies depending on the intensity of the attack. That punch just now consumed 10% of my energy. That's 10%. In other words, even if I mobilize all my energy, I can only withstand 10 punches? That's too much. Even if I'm a first-level martial emperor, I can withstand 100 punches. I don't know his exact level, but his attack power exceeds that of a first-level martial emperor. He is definitely a second-level martial emperor, and possibly even a third-level martial emperor. All of Europe was shocked. They had been hiding in Blue Star, killing a few superpowers at most, and then plotting against Shadow Country. How could they possibly attract such a powerful enemy? If it's a first-level martial emperor, I can still fight him, but a second-level one, there's really no way I can contend with him. Damn it, am I going to flee without a fight? No, if I flee, Organization Z will be leaderless and will surely be destroyed. Once Organization Z is destroyed, all my years of hard work will be gone. Phew, there's no other way, let's try our best. Chuan Oyu suddenly clenched his fists, and activated his amplification ability. All of his attributes were amplified 12 times. Because amplification abilities cannot be stacked, this 12-fold amplification is already the strongest amplification ability in Europe. If I had gotten Jiang Chen's 50-fold booster, I would be able to handle this guy with more ease. Damn it, it's all Jiang Chen's fault. At this moment, Chuan Europe still doesn't know that the person in front of them is Jiang Chen. Jiang Chen looked at Chuan Oyu's burst of energy and said with a smile, interesting, are you planning to fight head-on? Come on. Chuan Europe pointed at the void, and instantly countless energies attacked Jiang Chen. Humph, boy, can you withstand my mental attack? All of Europe knows that if they really clash head-on, they will definitely not be the opponent. But with the help of multiple superpowers, there might be a chance. If you really can't win, it's never too late to escape. You do have many superpowers, but... Jiang Chen waved his hand, emitting his own energy, and directly destroyed all the mental attacks. You are too weak to threaten me. Die. Jiang Chen rushed to all of Europe again. With just a wave of your hand, you dispelled my mental attack. You are really strong. Chuan Oyu pointed with one hand. Then try my rule-based ability, Time Freeze. In an instant, everything, including Jiang Chen who was charging head-on, was paused. This was one of Quan Wu's trump cards, Time Freeze. Humph, no matter how strong you are, you will be defeated by the rules of time, what the hell? The whole of Europe exclaimed in surprise, and when everything was frozen, Jiang Chen's fingers moved slightly. Oh no. My energy is depleted. The next moment, Chuan Europe discovered that his energy was being rapidly consumed. Apparently, Jiang Chen is about to break free from the time freeze. In order to freeze Jiang Chen, the time freeze continuously draws energy from all of Europe in an attempt to control Jiang Chen. The energy consumption is getting faster and faster. Chuan Oyu looked at Jiang Chen, only to see that Jiang Chen, whose time was paused, turned to look at him and gave him a heartwarming smile. That's not right. Time freezing doesn't seem to work on him. Could it be that he is adapting to time freezing? All of Europe hurriedly lifted the time freeze. If they continued like this, not only would they not be able to defeat their opponents, but they would also be drained of their energy first. Oh? Did you remove it on your own initiative? Jiang Chen resumed his normal actions. He looked at his hands with a look of regret on his face. What a pity. If it were just a little bit worse, I would have been able to break through the time pause. All Europe. Even if I use time freeze, I can't stop him from moving. This guy is too scary. I am no match for him. If we continue fighting, I will die. There is no other way. Let's retreat. Chuan Oyu waved his hand and used his special ability to disguise everything. This was the strongest hidden ability he had ever seen. Once used, even a martial emperor level warrior would not be able to detect it. At this moment, Chuan Europe's plan is to disguise first, and then get rid of the opponent, and then tell the Z organization a few words to ensure that the Z organization will not be destroyed. Then he ran away and left Blue Star temporarily. When the limelight has passed, I will come back and continue to run the Z organization. What all of Europe is most reluctant to part with is its own Z organization. Jiang Chen, on the other hand, looked at the stone on the ground in confusion. He didn't understand what Chuan Oyu wanted to do by turning into a stone right in front of him. Let's not talk about the bug level skill of breath perception, just talking about the information panel that comes with the system. With just this, I can lock down the entire Europe. I saw that the name of the warrior was marked on the stone, Chuan Oyu. Chuan Oyu, you might as well have a good fight with me. Jiang Chen raised his hand and aimed at the stone. Countless energies gathered together, and then a Qigong cannon was fired directly at the stone. Whoosh! Shiza flashed and came to Jiang Chen's side, revealing his true form, all European. My strongest hidden ability is useless in front of you. Chuan Oyu couldn't believe it. Even though I have countless detection abilities, I can't see through this thing that disguises everything. Why can this guy? Wait. You look like this. Suddenly, the whole Europe discovered a blind spot. If we discard this person's hair and body shape and only look at his face, isn't this Jiang Chen from Yun country? You are the SSS level superpower owner of Yun country, Jiang Chen. Chuan Ou couldn't believe it. Could the monster in front of him who had forced him into a desperate situation be the first level warrior Jiang Chen? What a joke. In the eyes of all of Europe, Jiang Chen is just a junior who needs to grow up. According to his calculations, it would only take a few years for him to destroy the Shadow Kingdom. At that time, Jiang Chen could only reach the 9th level of warrior. Even if he used a 50-fold increase, he could only reach the king of martial arts level. He turned around to deal with Jiang Chen and could kill him with just one move. Chapter 17. But who would have thought that it wouldn't take a few years at all, Jiang Chen would come to kill him after just a few days of not seeing him. Oh, you found me. Jiang Chen laughed and had no intention of hiding. Yes, I am Jiang Chen. Now you know why I came to kill you? It was you who sent your men to attack me first. Hearing Jiang Chen's admission, everyone in Europe took several steps back in shock. Jiang Chen was a first-level warrior a few days ago, but now his strength exceeds that of a first-level martial emperor. Who would believe this if I told anyone? Did he achieve a breakthrough? That's impossible. Even if he did, he would only achieve a few small realms at most. How could he achieve so many? Monster. Such a monster. A complete monster. At this moment, Chuan Ou made a decision to leave Blue Star. Never come back. Jiang Chen is on Blue Star, so he must stay away. As for the Z organization? Forget it. Whatever happens, it happens. Anyway, I must escape from Blue Star and stay away from Jiang Chen forever. There is no way, the potential shown by Jiang Chen is too terrifying. It's only been a few days? From a first-level warrior to surpassing a first-level martial emperor, is this still a human being? Who wouldn't be afraid of him if he were his enemy? It's very difficult to create another Z organization. It may take more than 100 years to lay out, but it's worth it. Everything is worth it. Blue Star is too dangerous. Let's go. Teleport. Chuan Ou activated his special abilities and prepared to leave. Want to leave? Jiang Chen saw Chuan Ou's thoughts at a glance, because he knew that Chuan Ou had the ability to teleport. It's not that easy. Jiang Chen placed his hands in front of him, and 2 balls of energy gathered in his hands. Who's faster, you or my attack? Ultimate Dragon Flash. As soon as he finished speaking, Jiang Chen combined the 2 energies together, and instantly, golden energy rushed towards all of Europe. What a joke. Can you be faster than my teleportation? Chuan Ou activated the teleportation and his body was about to turn into a shadow. Boom. The golden energy instantly engulfed all of Europe. The conquest power was activated, successfully plundering a large amount of superpowers from all over Europe. Ha! Jiang Chen took a breath. This ultimate dragon flash is the strongest attack that gathers most of one's energy together. Even in Super Saiyan 4 state, using this move would consume a lot of energy. This Chuan Ou is actually very strong, but it's a pity that he has no intention of fighting with me. Jiang Chen adjusted his breathing and then shook his head. When he realized he was not as good as me, he immediately thought of running away. He didn't have the consciousness of a warrior at all. Forget it doesn't matter, just look at these superpowers. Jiang Chen took a look. Because there were a lot of superpowers in Europe, after his death, they all naturally came to him. Now, I also have a lot of superpowers. This hypnotic ability. Jiang Chen took a quick look at the ability. The ability of hypnosis can make the opponent lose consciousness for a moment. Warriors at the same level or at a lower level than oneself will be affected. This Chuan Ou, he didn't even think of using this ability. If he used it, my real realm is lower than his, and I might get caught. Jiang Chen didn't know that when he first appeared, everyone in Europe thought he was a martial artist at the martial emperor level, far superior to himself. How could he dare to use hypnosis? After his identity was exposed, Chuan Ou was so scared that he just wanted to escape and didn't even have the courage to fight back. In addition to hypnosis, there are several other psychic abilities. Jiang Chen rubbed his chin. These psychic abilities are quite tricky. Some of them restrain me. In layman's terms, Jiang Chen has a Saiyan transformation, which maxes out both physical attack and physical resistance. Mental attacks are considered magic attacks, and he has no magic resistance. Is there any ability to resist mental attacks? There are too many abilities. It's hard to find them if I search through them one by one. Jiang Chen searched for a while and finally found several abilities that could improve mental resistance. One of them was so strong that it could be immune to most mental attacks. Ha, I knew that since Quan Wu has collected so many superpowers, he must have a way to resist psychic powers. But then again, there are so many superpowers, it's really frustrating. There are so many choices, sometimes I don't know which one to use. It's better to have a single superpower, just one choice. Jiang Chen made a decision. He would build multiple combos based on multiple abilities. He would try his best to maximize each ability. Alright, all of Europe has died. Let's kill the remaining elders of Organization Z. Those guys have 3 superpowers per person. We can't miss them. Jiang Chen flew into the air and found all the elders of the Z organization through breath sensing. Start calling the roll one by one. In an unnoticed corner, the Z organization, the greatest threat to the human race on Blue Star, was destroyed today. 1 month later, in the capital of Yun Kingdom, scientific researchers were reporting the news to the king. My lord, this supernatural capsule is too complicated. We can't even analyze it. This kind of technology is completely beyond our understanding. The king was somewhat surprised. Is the technology of the Z organization so advanced? Even if all the researchers of the Yun Kingdom came together, they still couldn't figure it out? I understand. The king took the supernatural capsule. You have all worked hard this month, take a good rest. The researcher responded, okay. As the researchers left, the king planned to contact the Lord of Blue Star, the spokesperson of the Universal Federation, SOCAI. The king took out a special communication machine and sent a message, Lord SOCAI, my Yun country recently got a capsule about the Z organization. When can I meet with you? After a while, Sir replied, I am exploring a new planet outside. Wait a few months. After a few months, I will return to the Blue Star and take a look at this capsule. The king took a look at the news and understood what was going on. Master SOCAI is so cool, running to other planets every day. By the way, how is Jiang Chen? In the past month, has his cultivation level improved? Has he reached the second level warrior? Thinking of this, the king contacted the mayor of Rushan. Hey, city lord, I want to ask you, what realm is Jiang Chen at now? Has he reached the second level of warrior? The city lord replied, I don't know, I haven't asked him about his cultivation level, how about I ask him now? The king said, okay, ask. Rushan, the city lord just finished a call with the king. Yes, how is Jiang Chen's cultivation now? In the past month, the authorities have provided him with so much spiritual fluid. As long as his aptitude is not too bad, he should be able to reach the second level, right? Hey, if there really is a second level one, plus his special ability, wouldn't that mean he is at the 9th level? Tisk tisk, that's right, I have to go ask him. Chapter 18. The Lord of Rushan was just about to call Jiang Chen when suddenly, his cell phone rang again. What's the matter? The city lord took the phone. The person on the other end of the phone said, City lord, this is our Rushan talent training camp. Your nephew has had some problems recently. He is too arrogant and thinks no one can beat him. He even stopped doing his daily training. This mentality will greatly affect his future path of cultivation. The city lord responded, I understand. After hanging up the phone, the city lord sighed. His nephew was very talented. He reached the 6th level of warrior at the age of 20. Looking at the entire Yun Kingdom, that was considered top-notch talent. But the only shortcoming is that he is too arrogant. He always thinks he is invincible and looks down on others. It's good to have talent, but this mentality must be corrected. It's best to find someone more talented than him and give him a blow. Thinking of this, the city lord also felt very embarrassed. The more talented ones can reach the 7th level of warrior at the age of 20, or the 6th level of warrior at the age of 19. No matter which one it is, it's hard to find. Wait, isn't there Jiang Chen? The city lord had a flash of inspiration. If Jiang Chen reaches the 2nd level of warrior, plus his special abilities, he can compete with the 9th level warrior. And he is only 18 years old, just enough to teach my nephew a lesson. Ha ha ha. Thinking of this, the city lord couldn't help but laugh. Go ask Jiang Chen if he has reached the 2nd level of warrior. I hope he can. Just like that, the city lord called the driver and drove towards Jiang Chen's residence. Jiang Chen's current residence is no longer what it used to be. It is a single-family villa specially arranged by the government. At this moment, Jiang Chen was in the backyard, absorbing the spiritual fluid given by the authorities. Spiritual liquid contains more energy than spiritual energy and is easier to absorb. Absorbing spiritual liquid for a long time can increase the speed of cultivation by twice. After a month of absorption, Jiang Chen also reached the 6th level of warrior. In just 1 month, he advanced from the 5th level to the 6th level as a warrior. This training speed is really fast enough. Jiang Chen rubbed his chin. Normally, even with the absorption of spiritual fluid, it would take an average person several years to break through from level 5 to level 6. Even for a genius, it would take 10 months. At this time, Jiang Chen thought of his scion bloodline, which clearly stated that the bloodline would be upgraded to royal and would improve qualifications. From the current perspective, the improvement in this qualification is much higher than I thought. Jiang Chen stood up and walked towards the door of the villa, because from his sense of breath, the city lord was coming quickly. I came here in person. I wonder what the city lord wants to talk to me about this time. Soon, at the gate of the villa, Jiang Chen met the city lord. Hey? Why can't I see through your cultivation? The city lord looked at Jiang Chen with a puzzled look on his face. Jiang Chen explained with a smile, I practiced a move that hides my cultivation level, and this is what happened. In fact, among all the supernatural powers in Europe, some have the effect of hiding one's cultivation level, so others cannot detect Jiang Chen's cultivation level at all. The city lord suddenly realized, is that so? Then let me ask you, have you reached the 2nd level of warrior now? I think you have reached it, right? Jiang Chen thought for a while, nodded and said, warrior level 2? I have reached it. The city lord slapped his thigh fiercely, since you have achieved it, why didn't you tell me earlier? You are too low-key. This is a big deal. You think that if you have reached the 2nd level of warrior, and you take into account your supernatural powers, wouldn't you be able to rival a 9th level warrior? There are only 3 9th level warriors, including your Yun country. My Maya, you are so low-key. I have to report this to the king immediately. This is a great event. The city lord was about to report it when he suddenly thought of something. Wait, now that I have reported my cultivation level, the king must be anxious to see Jiang Chen. Doesn't that mean he won't have time to ask Jiang Chen for help? With this thought in mind, the city lord looked at Jiang Chen and asked, well, Jiang Chen, can I ask you for a favor? I have a nephew who is a 6th level warrior and is currently training in the genius training camp in Rushan. Although his aptitude is decent, his personality is too arrogant. He always thinks that his aptitude is invincible. If this continues, it will greatly affect his path of cultivation. I want you to take action and teach him a lesson. Ding. Temporary mission online. Accept the city lord's commission and teach the city lord's nephew a lesson. Reward for completing the mission, slight enhancement of the conquering ability. There is actually a temporary mission. Jiang Chen's heart was slightly moved. Yes. It's just a matter of teaching a 6th level warrior a lesson. It's a piece of cake for me, but it can be exchanged for an upgrade of my superpowers, which is 100 benefits with no harm. Even if the enhancement is small, it is still a waste of money. Sure, no problem. Jiang Chen said with a smile. When are we going there? The city lord thought for a while and said, the sooner the better? After all, the sooner you correct your mentality, the better the effect. Jiang Chen nodded, okay, let's go. Just like that, the city lord called his driver and took Jiang Chen with him to the genius training camp. The training camp is in the suburbs of Rushan, and it usually takes more than 2 hours to drive there. Zhang Yunyi is still in class. Jiang Chen took out his cell phone and sent a message to Zhang Yunyi. I'm going to the talent training camp in Rushan and will be back home before evening. By the time she finishes class and sees the message, I might have already gone home. Thinking of this, Jiang Chen chuckled. At this moment, in a quiet room in Jiang Chen's villa, Xiaoyu was teaching Zhang Yunyi all kinds of knowledge. Originally, Zhang Yunyi went to attend classes at the official school, but later, for various reasons, Jiang Chen arranged the private school in the villa. It seems like my brother sent me a message. Zhang Yunyi heard the special prompt tone of her mobile phone and immediately took out her mobile phone. Teacher Xiaoyu, I want to check the message. It's my brother who is looking for me. Xiaoyu said it was no problem and asked her to take a look. In principle, students are not allowed to look at their mobile phones while the teacher is teaching. But now, it was the principal who sent a message to Zhang Yunyi. What else can Xiaoyu say? Zhang Yunyi was stunned when she saw the news. Going to the genius training camp? What was her brother doing there? Did he join the genius training camp? That's not right. My brother said he would be back in the evening. If you join the training camp, you will have to stay in the camp all the time and won't be able to go home. I can't figure it out, but I remember the monitor in school was inviting everyone to the genius training camp a few days ago. In Zhang Yunyi's original class, the monitor invited many friends to visit the genius training camp. Zhang Yunyi directly refused this. Compared to visiting a training camp, she would rather lie aside and watch Jiang Chen practice. Chapter 19. But now, my brother has gone to the training camp, I want to go and take a look too. Zhang Yunyi looked at Xiaoyu and smiled. Teacher Xiaoyu, shall we go to the genius training camp together? My brother is over there, and I want to sneak over and give him a scare. Xiaoyu shook her head, the genius training camp? That place is not easy to enter. Even if I am an official, I can't enter. But there is another way, that is, you communicate directly with the city lord. For the sake of Lord Jiang Chen, he should let us enter the training camp. Zhang Yunyi fell into deep thought. This time, she was acting in secret. If she told the city lord, and the city lord knew about it and told her brother, how could she scare him? Wait a minute, I'll see what's going on with the squad leader and see if he can take us with him. Zhang Yunyi glanced at the time agreed with the squad leader, and it was exactly today. And they would set off in half an hour. What a coincidence. Zhang Yunyi rubbed his hands and said to Xiaoyu. I have a monitor who can take me to the training camp. How about that? Teacher Xiaoyu, shall we go to the training camp together? If for no other reason, just to show up suddenly and scare my brother. Can your squad leader take you to the genius training camp? Xiaoyu thought for a while and nodded. Sure, we'll go together. But you have to follow me closely, otherwise if something unexpected happens, I won't be able to explain to Lord Jiang Chen. Zhang Yunyi waved excitedly, great, no problem, teacher Xiaoyu, let's go. Just like that, the two of them went out, and Zhang Yun also sent a message to the squad leader. Squad leader, I changed my mind at the last minute. I also want to visit the genius training camp. Is that okay? The monitor quickly replied, you want to come too? Of course no problem, we will meet at the entrance of the subway station, which is the nearest subway station to our school. Done. Zhang Yunyi waved her hand. Teacher Xiaoyu, let's go. Fei Yingying was the class monitor of Zhang Yunyi's previous class. She met a warrior online who was from a genius training camp and had excellent qualifications. Later they fell in love online and confirmed their relationship as boyfriend and girlfriend. The reason why Fei Yingying was able to bring a group of people to the Ginseng Talent Training Camp was because of her boyfriend. At the entrance of the subway station, 6 girls gathered together. One of them looked at Fei Yingying and said, Class leader, aren't you leaving yet? Fei Yingying waved her hand, don't worry, Zhang Yunyi is also going to the genius training camp, let's wait for her. Ah! The other students were stunned. Zhang Yunyi, Didn't she drop out of school a month ago? I heard her brother is very successful now. Let's meet again today. Can I ask him about that? Several people were somewhat curious about Zhang Yunyi's current state. At this moment, Zhang Yunyi walked up to Fei Yingying and patted her on the shoulder. Squad leader, I've already walked up to you, and you still haven't recognized me. Fei Yingying was startled and looked at Zhang Yunyi in disbelief. Zhang Yunyi used to be good looking, but due to long-term malnutrition, she looked more like a skinny little sister. Now, after more than a month of rest, Zhang Yunyi is no longer thin, her body has perfect curves, and her eyes are much clearer, shining like pearls under the sunlight. You are Zhang Yunyi. Fei Yingying still couldn't believe it. Zhang Yunyi was a little puzzled. Have I changed so much? The other students nodded. Yes, it has changed a lot. The whole person's spirit and energy has completely changed. If you didn't see it with your own eyes, who would dare to believe it? The difference between before and after is that they are completely different people. This is... Fei Yingying pointed at Xiaoyu behind Zhang Yunyi. Xiaoyu took the initiative to speak. You don't have to worry about me. I am responsible for Miss Jiang's personal safety. I am considered a bodyguard. Fei Yingying, hissed. The other students couldn't help but gasp. Bodyguard? Sure enough, the rumors were true. Zhang Yunyi's brother had awakened a superpower and now had a very high social status. I'm so envious. A classmate whispered. Zhang Yunyi's brother is so lucky that he has awakened such a powerful ability and has ascended to heaven in one step. There's nothing we can do about it. Who can blame him for being lucky? Others sighed. Envy. To sum it up in one word, besides envy, it's still envy. This is truly a quick success. From a little girl picking up bottles, she suddenly became the princess of Rushan. All the classmates looked at Zhang Yunyi with envy. Facing this scene, Fei Yingying didn't feel very comfortable. Although she also envied Zhang Yunyi, she felt that she was the protagonist today and that she should be the one that everyone should envy. Cough. Fei Yingying couldn't help but cough lightly. Well, everyone, we are going to the genius training camp. Don't forget, this genius training camp is not for ordinary people to enter. If it weren't for my boyfriend, we would never have the chance to visit it in our lifetime. That's right. The other students looked at Fei Yingying again. I also envy Fei Yingying for having such an amazing boyfriend. Indeed, it's a genius training camp. Those who can enter the training camp are the future pillars of Rushan. I'm so envious, Fei Yingying, you're so lucky to have a boyfriend like this. Fei Yingying smiled faintly. It's nothing, it's just a piece of cake for my boyfriend. By the way, Zhang Yunyi, why don't you go to the genius training camp alone this time? Zhang Yunyi didn't think much about it and replied directly, I can't get in by myself. It's only thanks to the class monitor that I can enter the genius training camp. Hearing this, Fei Yingying raised her eyebrows, and the other students couldn't help but exclaimed. If Zhang Yunyi hadn't had the help of the class monitor, would she not have been able to visit the genius training camp? It seems that Fei Yingying's boyfriend is more capable than Zhang Yunyi's brother. After all, everyone was able to enter the training camp thanks to Fei Yingying's boyfriend. By the way, Fei Yingying asked again. You refused to go to the training camp before, why are you going today? Zhang Yunyi said, my brother is in the training camp, so I want to go over and scare him. After hearing Zhang Yunyi's words, Fei Yingying subconsciously felt that Jiang Chen was a student in the training camp, just like her boyfriend. After all, most of the geniuses in the training camp are around 20 years old, and Jiang Chen is just 18 years old. It turns out that Jiang Chen is a genius in the training camp, but that doesn't seem to be a big deal. Fei Yingying muttered. Because of her boyfriend, she knew some of the rules of the training camp. Only the top 3 geniuses in the training camp were qualified to bring outsiders to observe the training camp. And her boyfriend is the second-ranked genius in the training camp. According to her boyfriend, he is the strongest in the entire training camp except for the first one. As for the first place, he is a genius who has reached the 6th level of martial arts at the age of 20, and he has a close relationship with the city lord. They are uncle and nephew. Jiang Chen is a student in the training camp, so he must not be as good as my boyfriend. After all, my boyfriend ranks second. Thinking of this, Fei Yingying smiled confidently and looked at Zhang Yunyi. So your brother is also a genius in the training camp? That's great. My boyfriend is the second in the training camp, so he should be better than your brother. Since we were classmates before, I can ask my boyfriend to give your brother some pointers and take care of him. Chapter 20. Zhang Yunyi blinked. She had no idea whether her brother was a member of the training camp. But no matter what, Fei Yingying meant well and wanted to help me. Thank you. Zhang Yunyi said gratefully. Zhang Yunyi kept her brother's teachings in mind and always said thank you to the good people who helped her. When everyone saw the scene, they could only marvel that Fei Yingying's boyfriend was really extraordinary. Jiang Chen was considered amazing before, but in the end, it seems that Fei Yingying's boyfriend is much more powerful than Jiang Chen. Fei Yingying, your partner is so amazing. I really envy you. Someone praised. Fei Yingying took a deep breath and felt much happier. It was right. She should be the protagonist today. At this moment, Xiaoyu couldn't help but shake her head. She was too naive. With Lord Jiang Chen's status and strength, how could he be a genius in the training camp? Jiang Chen is going to the training camp, most likely as a mentor, right? Anyway, how can a mere genius in a training camp compare with Master Jiang Chen? But Xiaoyu didn't say anything. After all, she was only responsible for protecting Zhang Yunyi and was too lazy to pay attention to this group of students. Secondly, she also wanted to see how surprised these people would be after they learned the truth. The second in the genius training camp, is he worthy of carrying shoes for Master Jiang Chen? This is really funny. Soon, everyone got on the subway and headed to the genius training camp. According to the speed of the subway, we can reach the genius training camp in about 40 minutes. Fei Yingying glanced at the time. I'll tell my boyfriend, we'll be there in 40 minutes. 40 minutes later, Jiang Chen and the city lord were sitting in the car, still on their way to the genius training camp. Fei Yingying and her friends had already arrived at the training camp by subway. This is the genius training camp. Several people came to the gate of the training camp. Although it was called a training camp, it was more like a military base, and the surrounding area was basically under martial law. There are a lot of advanced equipment inside, which we never have the chance to see on weekdays. Fei Yingying took out her mobile phone while introducing. I'll send a message to my boyfriend and ask him to come out and take us in. Soon, Fei Yingying received a reply from her boyfriend. Sorry, baby, we are a little busy today, please ask the guard to take you in. The city lord said that he wants to bring an important person for a tour today, so we can't move around. Big shot. Fei Yingying blinked. The big shot the city lord mentioned? How big of a person is he? Ordinary people have no chance to meet him, right? Thinking of this, Fei Yingying looked at the others. You are lucky to see this today. My boyfriend said that the city lord will bring some important people to visit the training camp. When the time comes, we can hide in the dark and observe. Others couldn't help but be curious. What big shot? How big is he? Fei Yingying acted mysterious and said, anyway, my boyfriend said that even the city lord has to call him a big shot. You can imagine it. Everyone gasped, he was indeed a big shot. Being able to get close to such an existence is a lifetime honor. Hurry, hurry, let's go to the genius training camp. Just like that, surrounded by the crowd, Fei Yingying led the team to the guard post. My boyfriend is Wenku, and he ranks second in the genius training camp. Fei Yingying introduced herself. Can we go in and take a look? The guard glanced at Fei Yingying, then nodded. Well, Wen Chu has told you to come with me, I'll take you to the lounge. But today is a little special, a big shot is coming to the training camp. You guys, you'd better stay in the lounge and don't walk around. If you offend the big shot, it will be troublesome. Fei Yingying smiled and said, don't worry, we won't do anything rash. A few minutes later, everyone entered the lounge. The interior decoration was rather ordinary, with a dining table in the center, on which were many exquisitely presented snacks. Wow, what kind of food is this? I've never seen it before. Everyone looked at the snacks on the table like a curious baby. Being able to come to the training camp today is really an eye-opener. After hearing this, Fei Yingying's already good mood became even better. Cool. This is exactly the effect we want. You're welcome, everyone. Fei Yingying greeted. My boyfriend prepared these for everyone. Just eat whatever you want. Great. Everyone was very happy. While everyone was eating snacks, time passed, and soon the city lord's special car arrived. We're here. This is the genius training camp. The city lord got out of the car and introduced it to Jiang Chen. Please, teach my good-for-nothing nephew a lesson. Jiang Chen nodded and got out of the car. He looked to his right and sensed the presence of Zhang Yunyi and her teacher Xiaoyu. Jiang Chen? Wasn't this little girl in class? Why did she end up in the training camp? City lord, let's go over there and take a look. Jiang Chen pointed in the direction of the lounge. The city lord was stunned. Why did Jiang Chen go there? Then he used his energy to sense it. Oh, it turns out to be Zhang Yunyi. Haha, so that's it. The city lord laughed. It's just a little strange. Why did your sister come to the training camp? Jiang Chen shook his head, I want to know too. Just like that, the two of them walked towards the lounge, followed by several training camp officials. In the lounge, the students, led by Fei Yingying, all lay behind the crack of the door, wanting to get a glimpse of the legendary big shot. As for Zhang Yunyi, she was making her own plans in her mind. I have to find a chance to sneak out of the lounge, then find my brother in the training camp and give him a scare. Don't forget your original intention. Hey! Is that the Lord of Rushan? Suddenly, someone saw the Lord of Rushan and Jiang Chen through the crack in the door. FK. It's really the city lord. I saw him on TV. He is indeed the city lord. Yes, I saw the city lord coming to school that day. This is the city lord. Could the boy next to him be the legendary big shot? Why does he look familiar? It does look familiar. I feel like I've seen it somewhere before. Could it be on TV? The last time Jiang Chen took action at school, no one knew about it because it happened in the class teacher's office. With the city lord helping to cover up, everyone thought it was just some minor friction and no one paid special attention to it. Generally speaking, these students only met Jiang Chen once, so naturally they only felt that he looked familiar but did not remember his appearance. Don't say he looks familiar or not. Didn't you notice that he is so young? He looks like he is only about 18 or 19 years old. Indeed, he is too young. It is rare to see such a young figure. And quite handsome. Fei Yingying blurted out subconsciously. Everyone looked at Fei Yingying. Fei Yingying quickly changed her words, but not as handsome as my boyfriend. My boyfriend is the most handsome. The other girls clicked their tongues and said that Fei Yingying was not good enough because her husband was too strict. Wait, the city lord and that big shot are walking straight towards us. Chapter 21. It's true. Fei Yingying panicked. Everyone, hurry up, go back to your seats, stop leaning on the door and looking. Yes, yes, yes. Everyone took action and returned to their seats. What? The city lord is coming. At this moment, Zhang Yunyi was a little panicked. The city lord is here. If he sees me here, will he tell my brother? Then my plan will fail. Hurry, hurry, hide. Zhang Yunyi panicked and hid directly under the dining table, not forgetting to grab Xiaoyu with her. Xiaoyu. Should I hide too? Others? Hey? Aren't they going back to their seats? What are these two doing? However, the city lord did not give everyone a chance to react. He and Jiang Chen pushed the door open and walked in. Hey! Jiang Chen looked around and didn't see Zhang Yunyi, but he recognized these classmates. They were from Zhang Yunyi's original class. Especially Fei Yingying, who is the class monitor. Why are you still hiding? Jiang Chen looked at the dining table with some confusion. Although the tablecloth blocked his view, he could sense the presence. Could it be that? Jiang Chen had some ideas in mind. The city lord was also confused. What was Zhang Yunyi doing? She couldn't be hiding to scare Jiang Chen, right? This was too abstract. Did she really think she could scare off a high-level warrior? If this can scare Jiang Chen, I will eat 10 kilograms on the spot. As for Fei Yingying and the others, they were too nervous to even breathe. Are you kidding? These two are big shots, who dares to talk nonsense? In this extremely quiet situation, Jiang Chen slowly walked to the dining table and deliberately made a sound, The food here looks pretty good. As soon as Jiang Chen finished speaking, Zhang Yunyi's eyes lit up under the table. It was his brother's voice. So the big shot the city lord was talking about was his brother? Never mind. His brother was right next to the table. What a good opportunity. Swish. Zhang Yunyi suddenly got out of the dining table, raised her hands and pretended to be fierce. Ouch. Ouch. Jiang Chen patted his chest, took a few steps back, and looked at Zhang Yunyi in surprise. Yunyi, why are you here? You really scared me. Castle Lord. The city lord held his forehead with one hand and turned around weakly. I really didn't want to get free food and drinks. Damn it, Jiang Chen, just spoil her. Zhang Yunyi put her hands on her hips, looking a little proud. I heard that you were coming to the training camp, so I came over to give you a surprise. Haha, I'm so awesome. Jiang Chen nodded repeatedly. Great, great, it's really great. But what should I do if I'm scared by you? Oh, my heart is a little uncomfortable. Hearing this, Zhang Yunyi hurriedly walked to Jiang Chen's side, put her hand on Jiang Chen's heart, rubbed it and said, Brother, are you okay? Let me rub it for you. I'm sorry, I was wrong. I won't scare you again in the future. Hoo. Zhang Yunyi blew a few breaths, with a look of regret on her face. Why did she scare her brother? It was all her fault for being too playful. As soon as the city lord turned his head, he saw Zhang Yunyi with an apologetic look on his face. He couldn't hold it in any longer and turned around again. Alas! Zhang Yunyi, how could you possibly scare Jiang Chen? When he was outside, he knew you were there. You are so stupid. It's okay, brother was just teasing you. Looking at Zhang Yunyi who seemed a little guilty, Jiang Chen said. I'm a warrior. No matter how much you scare me, my heart is fine. Haha. Zhang Yunyi looked at Jiang Chen suspiciously, are you really okay? Jiang Chen gestured, it's packed. Zhang Yunyi felt relieved and stood beside Jiang Chen. Then, Fei Yingying and other students were all stunned where they were. The current situation is really beyond the scope. I never thought that things would develop in this way. It turns out that Jiang Chen is not a genius from the genius training camp. It turns out that the person called a big shot by the Lord of Rushan is Zhang Yunyi's brother. Turn out to be. I. Fei Yingying felt her face burning and she wished she could dig out a 3-bedroom apartment with her toes. I had actually been so shameless before, wanting my boyfriend to give some advice to Jiang Chen. Outrageous, I was so wrong. Why don't you drop out of school right now and leave Rushan? This is really too embarrassing. At this moment, Fei Yingying just wanted to escape, to a place where no one knew her, she really couldn't stay there any longer. Although the lounge was very quiet, Fei Yingying always felt that her classmates were talking about her behind her back and making fun of her. No, don't. When Fei Yingying felt like she was going crazy, Jiang Chen spoke up at this time, Xiao Yun, let's go, I have something else to do here. Zhang Yunyi nodded, okay, brother. Just like that, the city lord, Jiang Chen and Zhang Yunyi left the lounge together. After the three of them left, the classmates couldn't help but discuss, what are they going to do? Zhang Yunyi's brother said he had something to do, what was it? I don't know, can we go over and take a look? At this time, Xiaoyu came out from under the dining table, if you want to go and see, go ahead. I don't think Master Jiang Chen will blame you. After saying that, Xiaoyu walked out of the lounge and headed towards Jiang Chen. Then, the other students looked at each other. Let's go take a look too. Everyone went out together, and soon, Fei Yingying was the only one left in the lounge. Ah! Fei Yingying breathed a sigh of relief. It seems that no one is discussing themselves much, which is a good thing, a good thing. While feeling relieved, Fei Yingying also felt a little sad. Jiang Chen took Zhang Yunyi and left directly. What did this mean? It meant that they didn't even look at her. So what am I agonizing about? No one cares. Fei Yingying laughed at herself, then looked at the backs of the people leaving, thought for a while, and followed them. There were a total of 28 geniuses in a platform on the training camp's playground. At this moment, all the geniuses were standing in front of the platform, waiting for the city lord to arrive. At the same time, they were discussing in low voices, the city lord and the big shot are coming. Guess who the big shot is? Why would we need to guess? He must be a 9th rank warrior. The only person who can be treated so respectfully by the city lord is a 9th rank warrior. Really? Everyone agreed, but they didn't know which one was coming this time, as there were 2 9th level warriors in Yun country. Just as everyone was discussing, the city lord came on stage. Everyone. The city lord stood on the high platform and looked at the people gathered on the playground. I called you together this time to help you broaden your horizons and open your eyes to what a true genius is. Some people, when they reach the 6th level at the age of 20, think they are invincible. In my opinion, they are a joke. Chapter 22. Hearing the city lord's words, the warriors on the playground all looked at Li Zinyuan. Li Zinyuan, the top-ranked talent in the training camp, is also the only warrior in the entire training camp who has reached the 6th level at the age of 20. He also has A-level supernatural powers. There is no doubt that the city lord's words just now were specifically referring to Li Zinyuan. Feeling everyone's gaze, Li Zinyuan didn't care at all, and even glared at everyone. What are you looking at? If you look again, I will beat you all to pieces next time we spar. Hearing this, everyone else turned their heads away, not daring to look at Li Zinyuan again. Even Wen Chu, who was ranked 2nd, did not dare to look directly at Li Zinyuan. Compared with a true genius, I am just a joke. Li Zinyuan exerted a little force and jumped onto the platform, standing next to the city lord. Uncle, then hurry up and invite this genius. Let me see how strong he is and whether he can withstand my punch. The city lord looked at Li Zinyuan and couldn't help but smile. Isn't he already here? He's right behind you. What? Li Zinyuan was stunned for a moment, and immediately turned around to look, only to see Jiang Chen with blonde hair standing behind him. Impossible, when did he run behind me? I didn't even realize it. Li Zinyuan felt a chill on his back. The other party was too fast. He came behind him silently. No, wait, it might not be speed. It might also be a superpower. Could his superpower be teleportation? Not only Li Zinyuan was confused, but other geniuses on the playground were also frightened. This blonde warrior who suddenly appeared was so fast. They kept staring at the platform and didn't know when Jiang Chen appeared. It's ridiculously fast. Can it really be achieved to this extent simply by relying on speed? Is this person's ability teleportation? That should be the case. Humans can't be that fast. While everyone was discussing, the city lord laughed. Li Zinyuan, do you think that Jiang Chen suddenly appeared behind you because he used his supernatural powers? Li Zinyuan's heart moved. It turned out that this man's name was Jiang Chen. The city lord continued, now let me tell you, Jiang Chen's ability is an amplification ability. Li Zinyuan's pupils shrank slightly. What? Amplification type. As we all know, a warrior can only have one superpower. Jiang Chen's superpower is an amplification power, which means he does not have a teleportation power. Just now, he really relied on his own speed to suddenly appear behind him. Where did this guy come from? He seems to be something special. No one knows that Jiang Chen also has the ability to teleport, but he just doesn't use it. After all, speed alone is enough. Jiang Chen looked at Li Zinyuan and said, Li Zinyuan, hey? Before I came here, I heard the city lord talk about you, saying that you are a genius. Li Zinyuan raised his eyebrows. What do you mean? Have you heard of my reputation? Jiang Chen continued, but after seeing you today, I am very disappointed. You are worthy of being called a genius. The Lord of Rushan raised his lips slightly. Well said. We must strike Li Zinyuan hard. Let him control his temper. No problem, Jiang Chen, I support you. You. Li Zinyuan glared at Jiang Chen. I'm only 20 years old this year, and I've already reached the 6th level of warrior. You? You must be an old monster from somewhere, and you're still pretending to be young. You think I can't see? Jiang Chen looked very young, but Li Zinyuan felt that Jiang Chen must be a well-trained martial artist to be able to run so fast. It's very possible that this is just an old monster who has practiced for 100 years and is pretending to be young. Haha. Jiang Chen couldn't help but laugh twice. Why? Should I show you my ID card? The city lord also smiled and said, Li Zinyuan, I can testify that Jiang Chen is only 18 years old this year. To be precise, he is 18 years and 1 month old. He has just awakened his supernatural powers not long ago. The reason why Jiang Chen is so strong is because of his SSS level ability, which can increase all his attributes by 50 times. What do you think? Have you seen it? This is a true genius. When the city lord heard what he said, the playground exploded instantly. What? SSS level superpowers? This Jiang Chen actually possesses SSS level superpowers. Oh my god. So the legend is true. I heard that a month ago, someone awakened a supernatural power, but no one knows the exact level. Because the information about this person is top secret. Indeed, I have heard this legend before, but I didn't expect it to be true. From today on, the name Jiang Chen will probably become famous all over the world. Well, no one knew this person before, but with so many people here today in all the official videos, Jiang Chen is definitely going to become famous. This is a true genius. He is an SSS level supernatural power owner. Compared to him, what is Li Zinyuan? Behind the platform, Zhang Yunyi and her classmates were also observing secretly. An SSS level supernatural power owner? No wonder Jiang Chen was able to rise to fame overnight. I see. Horrible. The classmates were also shocked. He was an SSS level supernatural power owner. They knew Jiang Chen was powerful, but they didn't expect him to be so powerful. He was indeed a great figure worthy of being recorded in history. On the high platform, Li Zinyuan looked at Jiang Chen and understood what was going on. It turned out that the other party's ability was amplified 50 times. I can't sense his specific cultivation level, so I think it's a treasure with hidden energy. Li Zinyuan thought about it in his mind. But according to my guess, his cultivation base is definitely not higher than level 5. After all, he is only 18 years old. No matter how fast his cultivation base improves, it is impossible for him to reach level 5 at the age of 18. If that's the case, then there's nothing to be afraid of. Facing a truly strong person, Li Zinyuan couldn't defeat him, but his ability was a spiritual one, and he could suppress the strong. Anyone whose cultivation is inferior to his own will suffer mental shock and dare not fight back. This ability is just the right counter to the amplification ability. No matter how strong you are after amplification, if your body is so weak, how can you fight back? Uncle, you called Jiang Chen over because you want to spar with me, right? Li Zinyuan felt relieved and looked at the city lord. In that case, why not just do it? I can't wait any longer. Li Zinyuan is very confident at this moment. This Jiang Chen is definitely not his opponent. After activating the strong pressure, he can abuse him at will. You can't wait. The city lord looked at Jiang Chen and asked. How about it? Just do it. Jiang Chen waved his hands. Don't worry, if I use all my strength, it would be too bullying, let's do this. Jiang Chen stretched out his right hand and raised his index finger. I will fight you with one finger, let me see how strong you are. Li Zinyuan felt like he was going to faint from anger. This Jiang Chen was really arrogant. He wanted to fight him with just one finger. Chapter 23. I think you are looking for death. Come on. Li Zinyuan didn't bother to talk nonsense and directly used the strong pressure on Jiang Chen. Mental shock. Boom. A powerful mental attack rushed directly towards Jiang Chen, but it was ineffective. Jiang Chen didn't even need to activate his supernatural defense. Because Li Zinyuan's cultivation is the 6th level of warrior, and Jiang Chen is also the 6th level of warrior. Li Zinyuan's ability is only effective against people with lower cultivation than him. But it is ineffective against Jiang Chen, who is at the same level as him. The moment he activated his supernatural power, Li Zinyuan rushed towards Jiang Chen and punched him directly. He was determined to hit Jiang Chen's head. As a result, only Jiang Chen's afterimage was hit. What? He can still move. Li Zinyuan was a little bit unbelievable. I used the might of a strong man, so why didn't he curl up in fear? Instead, he was able to move freely. Before Li Zinyuan could think, Jiang Chen's real body appeared behind Li Zinyuan and pointed his index finger at the back of Li Zinyuan's neck. In just one instant, Li Zinyuan lost his ability to move, fell heavily to the ground, and fell into a coma. So awesome. All the geniuses on the playground were stunned. Isn't this too powerful? With just one move, Li Zinyuan was killed instantly. This is outrageous. Li Zinyuan, the strongest player in our training camp, is so vulnerable. I thought the two of them could fight for a while. Me too. I thought they would have to fight for a while before the winner was decided, but it was over in just one move. And he only used one finger. That's amazing. The city lord also nodded. He was very clear about Li Zinyuan's abilities, which could be said to have restrained Jiang Chen to some extent. On the way here, he also asked Jiang Chen if he wanted to prepare some props to resist mental shock. To this, Jiang Chen's answer is, no need. In the backstage, Zhang Yunyi's classmates were also discussing this move. Fei Yingying, did you see that? Jiang Chen used only one finger to defeat Li Zinyuan. Fei Yingying shrank her neck. Well, I saw it. It's horrible, really horrible. As Wenku's girlfriend, Fei Yingying often heard Wenku praise Li Zinyuan, saying how awesome and terrifying he was. Therefore, Fei Yingying always felt that Li Zinyuan was like a god of war. I didn't expect that when they fought today, Jiang Chen defeated his opponent with just one finger. This gap is really the difference between heaven and earth. With this kind of strength, I'm afraid that half a finger can defeat Wenchu, right? Zhang Yunyi waved her hands excitedly. Brother is so awesome, yet. On the platform, after being unconscious for a few minutes, Li Zinyuan covered his head and stood up with difficulty. Impossible. He glared at the city lord and questioned. Uncle, did you give Jiang Chen some treasure? For example, a treasure that can resist psychic powers. Why is my power useless to him? Why? Li Zinyuan felt that he would lose, absolutely, because the city lord and Jiang Chen joined forces. If it wasn't for the treasure that could resist supernatural powers, how could Jiang Chen possibly defeat me? The city lord spread his hands and said, really not. I said before that I would give Jiang Chen a treasure, but Jiang Chen refused. There is a video as evidence. Do you want to see it? Li Zinyuan. Impossible. Absolutely impossible. How could I lose? I reached the 6th level of warrior at the age of 20. Who can beat me? I can't possibly. Boom. At this moment, Jiang Chen burst out his own energy, without hiding a single bit, and the cultivation of a 6th level warrior spread out in all directions. Sorry, I'm 18 years old, and I'm also a 6th level warrior. Since the city lord has said that he wants to crush Li Zinyuan's arrogance, then let's do it thoroughly. Li Zinyuan's pupils trembled. No wonder my special ability is ineffective, he is actually at the same level as me. But, it's impossible. He is only 18 years old, how can he reach the 6th level of warrior? Looking at the history of the human race, the fastest person to reach the 5th level of warrior was 18 years old. The fastest person to reach the 6th level of warrior was 19 years old. Doesn't that mean Jiang Chen is 1 year faster than the fastest record? This. A genius, with unique martial arts talent, and possessing the strongest SSS level supernatural power. Li Zinyuan felt dazed. At this point, no matter how proud he was, he had to admit the gap. The two of them were simply not from the same world. A world of difference. The city lord came over at this time. He looked at Li Zinyuan and said earnestly, "Now, do you finally understand? There are always people who are better than you, and there are always things that are better than you. Your talent is really nothing. You should practice hard in the future and don't be arrogant." Although the city lord had no expression on his face, he was extremely shocked in his heart. Holy shit, when did Jiang Chen become a level 6 warrior? I thought he was a level 2 warrior. I underestimated him. Damn it. He is really not a human. How can he cultivate so fast? Li Zinyuan lowered his head in shame. Uncle, you are right, I will work hard in the future. After he finished speaking, he took a deep breath and looked at Jiang Chen with fighting spirit. Just wait. One day, I will catch up with you and surpass you. In the future, I will practice harder. Jiang Chen smiled and said, then keep going. However, I still want to remind you that you can't surpass me. Not a chance at all. Li Zinyuan secretly clenched his fists. You are stronger than me now, whatever you say is right. If one day I catch up with you, I will definitely prove it to you. Ding. Temporary mission completed. The ability Conquer has been slightly enhanced. Superpower, Conquer Effect 1, after killing a warrior, you can plunder his supernatural powers. Effect 2, select unnecessary abilities and convert them into your own abilities based on their strength. Transformed into one's own cultivation. Jiang Chen was shocked. Originally, when I read the mission description, it said that it was just a small enhancement to conquest, so I thought the enhancement effect was very ordinary. I didn't expect it to be so useful. Even if it takes hundreds of superpowers to raise one cultivation level, it's still a good deal. If you want to improve your cultivation level, you have to keep absorbing energy. This process is usually very long, and the later you get, the longer it takes. For example, if an 8th level warrior wants to break through to the 9th level warrior, it generally takes more than 10 years. Although Jiang Chen's aptitude is decent, it may take several months for him to break through to the 9th level. But now I have this, as long as I have enough superpowers, I can reach the 9th level warrior in one day. As for what to do if you don't have enough superpowers. Let me be frank, superpowers are something that everyone has, and they are everywhere on the street, so how could there be a shortage? I now have hundreds of superpowers, and they are all fine superpowers collected from all over Europe. Jiang Chen's mind moved slightly. The Z organization only searched for superpowers above A level, so the superpowers that Jiang Chen obtained by killing all the people in Europe were all above A level according to the official rating. Let's test the waters first and find a duplicate superpower. Jiang Chen chose to borrow it for another year, which was a duplicate of the superpower of eternal life. Turn it into cultivation and see the effect. Chapter 24. Superpowers, borrow another year to transform successfully, and your cultivation will increase. Jiang Chen clearly felt that there was an extra energy in his body. Oh. This energy boost is pretty good, more than I expected. Jiang Chen regained his composure and planned to choose multiple superpowers to transform after returning home. At this moment, the city lord was whispering to Jiang Chen, how did your cultivation level improve so quickly? It really scared me. It only took you more than a month to go from the 1st level of warrior to the 6th level of warrior. Jiang Chen pondered and said, the spiritual liquid given by the king is so useful. After absorbing the spiritual liquid, my cultivation has increased dramatically. Castle owner? Is this spiritual fluid really that useful? How come I have been absorbing it for several years but my cultivation level is still only the 7th level? Jiang Chen made a bold assumption, people's physiques cannot be generalized. Maybe I have a physique that easily absorbs nutrients. Castle Lord. Ah. Easy to absorb? Is there such a thing? Although it seems a bit outrageous, but if you think about it carefully, it seems that this is the only possibility. That's good. You've improved so quickly. The king might give you a special reward. The city lord said in a low voice. And thank you for the attack on Li Zinyuan this time. I'll treat you to dinner when you come back later. Jiang Chen glanced at Zhang Yunyi and said, okay, I'll have a bowl of beef noodles without green onions. Oh, and a box of milk. The city lord laughed, no problem. After dealing with Li Zinyuan, the city lord and Jiang Chen did not stay for too long and left the training camp directly. Of course, when we went back, we brought Zhang Yunyi and Xiaoyu with us, and we all took the car back together. As for Fei Yingying, they stood at the entrance of the training camp with envy on their faces. That was the city lord's special car. If they could ride in it once, wouldn't it be a great honor? Unfortunately, I am not Zhang Yunyi and don't have a brother like Jiang Chen. Oh. Fei Yingying sighed and then comforted herself. It's okay. Let's take the subway, it's faster. What's the point of taking a car? It's slow and makes you carsick. The other students nodded and were about to agree with him. At this time, the official staff of the training camp came out. Ms. Zhang Yunyi told us to send you by special car before she left. From what you said, you don't want a special car. You want to take the subway. Fei Yingying immediately changed her tone. Yes, 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 yes. We want a special car, thank you. When Fei Yingying thought about riding in the special car of the genius training camp, she couldn't help but smile. She couldn't even imagine it. She was sent directly to her doorstep, and then the neighbors in the community saw her. How cool would that be? Thanks to Zhang Yunyi. If it weren't for Zhang Yunyi, we might never have had this kind of treatment in our lives. I don't know who said this. It's because her brother is Jiang Chen. Fei Yingying said sarcastically. On the way home, the city lord sent a message to the king. I found out Jiang Chen's cultivation level, he is a 6th level warrior. When the king saw the news, he was in a trance. 6th level warrior? Did the Lord of Rushan make a typo when he sent the message? How could Jiang Chen reach the 6th level warrior? The king replied, did you make a typo? Rushan city lord, it is absolutely true, there is no typo, Jiang Chen has indeed reached the 6th level of warrior. The king was silent. 6th level warrior. Jiang Chen actually reached the 6th level warrior from the 1st level warrior in just 1 month? Awesome. The king couldn't help but curse. Just at this time, the national teacher came over and heard the king's low curse. The national teacher was a little surprised. What happened? The king even cursed? The national teacher couldn't help but ask, is there something big happening? The king let out a long sigh. Jiang Chen, your current cultivation level is the 6th level of warrior. Imperial Master? Wait, I think I'm hallucinating, wait a moment. The national teacher patted his ears. The king walked up to the state master and shouted, you are not hallucinating. Jiang Chen's cultivation is exactly the 6th level of warrior. The imperial teacher was silent. 6th level warrior, how did this kid cultivate? Is he cheating? No need to hesitate, just give the mining rights of this ancient star to Jiang Chen. The king took out a piece of transparent paper. This piece of paper is a planet certificate issued by the Great Federation. This certificate records a planet, the ancient Pluto. As long as Jiang Chen enters his information into it, the ancient Ming star will be his. And protected by federal law. I'm going to Rushan. The king prepared to go to Rushan in person. I'll go too. The national teacher followed immediately. I also want to see what kind of person Jiang Chen is, who created the record of cultivation. In the evening, Jiang Chen took his sister and had dinner with the city lord. As soon as he returned home, he saw 2 middle-aged men standing at the door. It looks so familiar. Zhang Yunyi pretended to think about it. I feel like I've seen them somewhere before. Could they be celebrities on TV? Jiang Chen said, it is the state ruler and the state teacher. Ah. It's the king. Zhang Yunyi opened his mouth slightly. The ruler of Yun Kingdom was actually standing at the door like 2 doormen. They won't blame us, will they? Zhang Yunyi couldn't help but whisper. You won't be angry after standing at the door for so long, right? Jiang Chen smiled and said, I don't think so. The master is quite nice. He has given me a lot of spiritual liquid. He came to see us today. I think he has something to do. Let's go and take a look. Zhang Yunyi nodded, and then followed Jiang Chen closely. Is it Jiang Chen? At this time, the king also saw Jiang Chen not far away. Tisk, what a strong sense of oppression. Indeed. The national teacher also nodded. As expected of an SSS level supernatural power owner, even from such a distance, I can still feel the pressure coming from Jiang Chen. He had no doubt that if a fight broke out between the 2 sides, Jiang Chen would be able to kill both of them in a second. Let's go over to. The king also took the initiative to walk towards Jiang Chen and greeted him. Jiang Chen, I have heard of your reputation for a long time, but due to the busy state affairs, I have never had the opportunity to meet you. Now I finally have the chance. First of all, congratulations on setting the fastest practice record. As a member of the Cloud Country, I don't have any special gifts. You can take this planet certificate. After saying that, the king took out the planet certificate and placed it in front of Jiang Chen. Planet certificate. Jiang Chen couldn't believe it. Looking at the entire blue star, Yun country can only be regarded as a medium-sized country and is not very strong. But the king can actually produce a planet certificate? This is like a small, backward country suddenly coming up with a complete set of Gundam armor. It's really outrageous. The king looked at Jiang Chen and couldn't help laughing. Why don't you take it? Don't you like my gift? Chapter 25. After the Lord's reminder, Jiang Chen finally came to his senses, and then clasped his hands together and said, Thank you, Lord. This gift is extremely important to me. After getting the planet certificate, you can complete the bloodline mission by yourself, which is the super bloodline. I thought I had to join the Great Federation and make various contributions before I could get a planet. I never expected that the Lord would make a move at this time. Haha, as long as you like it. The king looked at Jiang Chen with a serious expression. After you get the planet, practice hard and become stronger. You are the hope of our Yun country. No, I should say, you are the hope of our blue star. In this era of the universe, besides So Cai, you are the most qualified warrior. I am optimistic about you. So Cai. Jiang Chen whispered. He knew this name, a second-level martial artist, the Lord of Blue Star recognized by the Great Federation. Lord, I won't say thank you anymore. As long as I am alive, I will definitely protect Yun Nation. The king's eyes lit up, thank you. He knew very well that Jiang Chen's words carried a lot of weight. Not to mention his potential, just looking at his current strength, Jiang Chen was a 6th-level warrior, and with a 50-fold increase, he could directly crush So Cai. It can be said that Jiang Chen is the #1 person on Blue Star, right now. If we consider the future, who dares to think? Such an existence, a personal promise, really carries a lot of weight. Late at night, Jiang Chen was on a spaceship, flying to the ancient Ming Star. This was a spaceship built by the Yun Kingdom, and it would take only 10 hours to reach the ancient Ming Star. Although Jiang Chen has the ability to teleport, he does not want to expose it. After all, Jiang Chen also had a lot of things to do during the flight. For example, signature. Jiang Chen silently took out the planet certificate. Enter your identity information and you can become the owner of the planet. Jiang Chen engraved various information including his cornea, fingerprints, blood, etc. into the planet certificate. In an instant, a dazzling light emanated from the transparent paper. Information recorded. Lord of the Ancient Underworld, Jiang Chen. At the moment of successful recording, the system prompt sound will sound directly. Ding. Congratulations to the host, you have completed the second stage of the Bloodline mission. You have obtained the Super Bloodline. Ding. The third stage of the Bloodline mission begins. Bloodline mission, Phase 3. Improve your own territory and make the average strength of residents reach the Martial Emperor level. Reward, Ancient Scion Bloodline. The ethnic group mission has officially begun. Currently it is the first stage, the host can select suitable humans on his own planet and cultivate them into scions. Notes on the clan mission: 1. The scions under the host are always loyal and will never betray. 2. If the scions under your command awaken new transformations and bloodlines, the host can directly possess them. 3. The sum of the skills of all scions under your command will be added directly to the host. 4. The host can purchase items to upgrade the scions through the tribe mall. 5. The host can currently choose 2 people and grant them scion blood. Tribal mission: cultivate new scions. The sum of the scions cultivation will be added directly to me. Seeing this, Jiang Chen's heart moved. I really have to train this scion. Moreover, if I succeed in training him, I can wander around the universe with a group of Super Saiyan Blues and Super Saiyan 4s. It would be so cool to think about it. If I really have a bunch of Super Saiyan 4s, then what the hell is the Universal Federation? I'm giving him face by calling him my little brother. Jiang Chen looked through it carefully again and found a hidden entry. Subsidiary Bloodline Mission: if the host's subordinates give birth to mixed scion blood and master the beast form transformation, the host can also directly possess it. Beast form. Jiang Chen nodded. This was the transformation that Son Gohan used when fighting Cell Max in the movie. It's also a very good transformation. Jiang Chen looked at the tribe mall again. Tribe points were needed to buy things, which contained training items, such as gravity rooms. As for the tribe points, you just need to let your subordinates fight. Conquer. The more people you defeat, the more tribe points you will get. Jiang Chen now has 0 ethnic points. Fighting and conquering everywhere? That's really the Scion way. By the way, I haven't seen the effect of the Super Bloodline yet. Jiang Chen clicked on the panel. Super Bloodline, old passive effect: the host's strength continues to grow. Every other day, the host's strength will increase by a certain amount. There is no upper limit to their own strength. Active effect: stimulates the super blood, and the muscles expand several times, entering a violent state. As long as it is not a fatal injury, the host can be directly immune. And the stronger the opponent's attack, the stronger the host's strength will be. There is no limit to growth. Tisk. Jiang Chen clicked his tongue. Looking at the information on the panel, Jiang Chen could only say strong. It was worthy of being a super bloodline, and it even had 2 effects. Let's talk about the passive effect first. With this thing, you can do nothing every day, even if you just lie down, your strength will naturally increase. Then there is the active effect. The more the opponent attacks, the stronger you become. Needless to say, this effect is also outrageous. Muscles will only expand after they are actively stimulated. This is quite considerate. After all, I don't want to carry a body full of muscles all day long, haha. Jiang Chen even laughed when he said this. After laughing for a while, Jiang Chen prepared to exchange his supernatural powers for cultivation. Let's start exchanging them one by one. By the time we finish exchanging them, we will probably have reached Ancient Dark Star. Jiang Chen had many duplicate superpowers, and he exchanged them all for cultivation. 10 hours later, Jiang Chen's spaceship arrived at the Ancient Star Ming Xing, and he also completed the exchange of superpowers. Currently, his cultivation level is at the 4th level of martial artist. Although I have fewer supernatural powers, the ones I have left are all excellent. For example, it can heal quickly, and even if you are injured, you can recover quickly. Jiang Chen also kept the supernatural power of eternal life. As for mental defense, Jiang Chen naturally retained it, as well as teleportation and so on. Okay, we've finally arrived at the ancient dark star. Jiang Chen looked around and saw that the place was all forest and few people. According to historical records, the human race on the ancient Ming star was still in the era of eating raw meat and drinking blood, and their clothes were still all made of animal fur. However, they have their own language and their own tribe, and their development is pretty good. The strongest person on this planet is only comparable to a third-level warrior. Martial arts had not yet become popular, but because of the rich spiritual energy, everyone was physically stronger. What I have to do now is to collect all the resources and materials on the ancient dark star. Then, spread the 2 Saiyan bloodlines in the system and build my own power. Collecting resources and materials is something that every planet owner must do. The most precious thing about a new planet is the various materials that have not yet been mined. If you are lucky enough to find a bunch of top-notch spiritual stones or spiritual springs, you can make a fortune. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel so you are notified of future uploads. You can find the next parts in the playlist visible on the screen or on my channel. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.